this time my microphone is actually coming through the audio. So the same as what happened last time doesn't happen again.
Do you have a link?
I will in a moment. It's just starting the transmission in about 7 seconds. Cool. Right, I should be able to grab it from my YouTube. This time my microphone is actually coming through the audio. Okay, apparently started recording a little bit early, but I'm going to post it in the chat real quick. Stream links. I might as well post it in Discord while we're at it. We'll start in about 5-10 minutes, just while we set everything up and everyone gets in.
Hi! I forgot to check.
Hi.
Hello.
Where's the streams posty thing on the Discord? It's not promotions anymore. Content creators, that's it. Oh no, it's streams. Alrighty. So are we missing anyone, or is everybody?
We're missing Zachary. But
Zach, okay. He'll probably be here soon. I'm assuming he's just being held up by something.
also, I don't know if it's just me, but I barely hear you in the live. Like
in the live stream.
Yeah.
One sec,
You're much lower in the.
I'll move you guys down in volume and move my microphone closer, and hopefully it'll pick me up. He's better then. That should be kicking in about 20 seconds, by the way, just because the stream's on a bit of a delay.
Okay.
Cool. So while we wait for Zachary to hop back in, I'll do like a mini recap of what we went over in session 0 for basically anybody watching the video, because they don't know about any character creation or anything we decided. So for anyone interested, we created our characters last session. We created 5 characters. There are 5 players. We created Taisto, who is embodying the crest of courage. They're a very reckless person who wants to save everybody regardless of the dangers involved. He carries his goggles in his side pouch because he received them as a gift from a friend, and he hasn't worn them since parting with that friend after he moved to Helsinki. We have Pablo Diaz, who is he's going to be embodying the crest of friendship. He's a very cut-off person. He likes to not open up to other people because he often hurts the people that he does open up to. So that's Pablo. We've got Kagayaki. Kagayaki is embodying the crest of knowledge. They're a tinkerer and inventor, and they have said that they'll always test their inventions on themselves first because they injured a friend in the past who I think it was like a motorcycle thing that you were doing, wasn't it? That injured a friend.
I was testing a makeshift engine for a bicycle, basically.
Yes. Yeah. And then we have Zachary. Zachary is embodying the crest of hope. They are very anxious and a bit of a wreck. They're constantly afraid, and because of a series of events in his past. So his house burnt down and he was caught in the fire. He caught his parents cheating on each other, which caused a divorce. Now he's been thrown into a pretty much prehistoric world with monsters in it, so we'll see how he handles that. And then we have Sonia, who is an orphan, but she's like the big sister to all the orphans at the orphanage. She prevents them from being adopted because one of her best friends got adopted and she never sees them anymore. but she has like a kind heart deep down. And we also decided on partners. So Taisto has Ghostmon, who's very mischievous, and Pablo has Gazimon, who's very aggressive and wants to fight all the time. Kagayaki has Dorumon, who's just as intelligent as him, but a bit more emotional. Zachary has Cutemon, who is a bit of an asshole who wants to manipulate him and push him towards seeing himself as being better than everybody else. And Sonia has Pilomon, who is afraid that they're going to become a demon lord. But other than that, is a very friendly, happy mascot for the team. So those are the characters we created. We also decided that on how you entered the digital world. So you were all on a field trip in Helsinki at a fortress. One of Kagayaki's inventions malfunctioned, which opened a rift to the digital world. And your partners came through in the midst of battle with a Snymon. Snymon was sent on a mission to kill your partner Digimon before they met you, which he failed at. You managed to somehow drive him back through the gate into the digital world, but trapped yourself there too, and you were saved by a Mud Frigimon, who has now taken you back to their village. I'm sorry, I'm going to be calling him Mud Frigimon just because I find it really hard to pronounce the Japanese Mud Frigimon name, but feel free to call him the Japanese name if you wish.
No problems here.
That's what happened in our little catch-up. Have we got everybody in the call now? I think we do. Okay, cool. So we'll make a start, I guess. So you guys are now in Mud Frigimon's village, and the way that these types of games usually start off is I throw you in at the deep end, and we have sort of combat to sort of get everyone warmed up and used to the system and start using the moves and sort of bounce off each other, and then we go to a sort of more roleplay heavy character development type phase. It won't be like that every episode. It's just the first episode to get you into the mix. We'll do that. So you're in Mud Frigimon's village. From what you know of what Mud Frigimon's told you, their village is run down and desolate, and a lot of their villagers have fled because they came under attack by the digital assassins. Their village was destroyed, and their leader was actually killed. And so they've relocated to this desolate location in the middle of a jungle. And Mud Frigimon has taken on the role of being the leader. They weren't the leader previously, and they don't have much experience, but they're trying to rebuild the city from the ground up. And you are currently inside Mud Frigimon's hut, discussing basically the events of what happened when you were attacked by Snymon. And just as you're doing this, you hear a big explosion outside, and a big rumbling on the ground, and you hear the very, very familiar sort of I don't know what you call like an insect scream, but a big insect scream.
Like buzzing, maybe.
Yeah, it's like
a screech.
Yeah, screech. Screech is a good way to describe it. So basically, you hear this massive screech, the buzzing of wings. I think Snymon's come back, and he's come back with reinforcements. And as you all stick your head out of the mud hut, you see that he's brought an army of Gabrumon with him, wielding their clubs.
Oh, what Digimon? Sorry.
Goblimon, sorry.
Okay, I thought you said Kapurimon. I'm like, wow, that's
Yeah, just
not
Gabrumon.
great.
Baby army.
Yeah, sorry, I'm really used to calling him Gabruimon, because in Digimon World 1 he was called like Goburimon, and I misread it as a child, so I always call him Goburimon for some reason.
Yeah, they use the romanization instead of translation. It sucks.
Yeah.
I
Deep
didn't
into
have
the lore.
So basically, the Goblimon have basically started being bandits, and they started sort of ransacking the village. They're smashing pots, breaking through walls of houses, breathing fireballs at helpless in training level Digimon such as the Wanyamon that look up to you so happily.
That's horrible.
Yeah,
You
I know.
guys can't do that.
And Leomon has ran to stop that, but he's being distracted by the Goblimon and can't deal with the Schneimon who's coming straight for your huts. So I want you each to sort of kick us off. Describe, firstly, what your character does in response to this. Maybe make one move, and then we'll go on to somebody else, and they'll say what they do on the scene. And then once we've got everybody on the scene, we'll sort of just bounce off each other and go with what makes sense.
Okay.
So in this type of game,
Well,
there is no initiative order. So it's basically speak up if you want to do something, and whoever acts next is whoever makes sense to act next. And I'll be sort of nudging you towards making actions if I see you being very quiet or not participating enough, if that makes sense. So who wants to kick us off?
Well, that is completely unacceptable behavior. Daisto looks at the Snaimon that's heading towards us, and looks at all the destruction and death, and decides that he must obviously stop it because he's obviously the person to do that. He screams "unforgivable" because that's what you do, and obviously, and then with with Ghostmon in tow, just heads straight towards Snaimon to punch it in the face. Probably not punch it in the face, but have Ghostmon do something very, very good, something that helps.
So what are you actually having Ghostmon do? Like you're obviously running towards the threat as you usually do, but what are you actually going to do to Schneimon once you connect in the middle?
I think Daisto is running towards Snaimon with together with Ghostmon. Daisto and Ghostmon aren't they aren't very familiar with each other, so he's just going to bid Ghostmon to do something, and I believe that Ghostmon might shoot plasma at Snaimon in the face. It's with plasma shot or whatever the attack name was. Just gonna take a second. It's gonna be. So I think Ghostmon would use plasma shot. Little plasma at Snaimon.
And what's the goal of this? Are you trying to hurt Schneimon? Are you trying to distract him? Like, what's the goal?
I am your opponent now. I am Snaimon's opponent now, so I want to draw Snaimon's attention to me so that no one else would get hurt.
Right. So that sounds like you're provoking him. So there's a move called provoking somebody. So when you provoke somebody susceptible to your words or actions, you say what you're trying to get them to do, and you roll superior. So in your mind, you're trying to get him to focus on you and not destroy the city.
Yeah.
So,
but first, I believe I have charged into a dangerous situation without a plan or checking with the others first.
Oh, you have definitely.
Yes. So I'm gonna shift my reckless up and my unique down.
Okay.
Thanks to punch first, ask questions later.
Okay.
But yeah, sure. I'll do the rolling first and then deal with the sheet. So superior, was it?
Superior, yes.
But just -1.
And -1 at the moment, which isn't super
Yes.
good.
I know it's good.
On a 6 or lower is a miss, and I'll get to make a GM move which you might not like. On a 7+, you get a hit, and you do what you want, or what you're intending to do, basically.
All right. So let me just pull up the move first. It was provoke someone.
Yes.
I'm trying to get Snaimon to focus on me instead of hurting anyone else. And I'm going to roll that. 7.
Nice. So you got a hit. So on a 7 to 9, instead of them rising to the bait and doing exactly what you want, you can choose one of the following. They stumble, so you can take +1 forward on any of your rolls against them. They hesitate, giving you or an ally a critical opportunity against them. Or they overreact, and you gain influence over them, which means that they care about what you think of them, which is kind of interesting for a Schneimon.
Okay.
You hurt my feelings.
I think it's more like, what the fuck is this kid saying?
No, I think in this situation, them overreacting would probably cause them, because I'm disregarding any kind of danger that I'm putting myself in, that they might actually be, impressed in some way, or something to that. They are a professional assassin after all.
Damn,
But
that's
I think-
some stupid kid.
Yeah, I'm gonna take. Yeah, I choose that they overreact. I want to have influence over the Schneimon.
Okay, cool. So write down somewhere on your character sheet you have influence over Schneimon. So while you have influence over somebody, you actually get +1 on all your rolls against them, or on them. And also you can take advantage of your influence over them to... well, I mean, for them it's literally just inflicting a condition on them, or taking an additional +1 against them after you've made your roll. And you do that by getting rid of your influence over them. You basically do something that makes them feel like they don't care what you think anymore. They don't care about what you think of them anymore. And that's how you kind of abused your influence over them. So mark that you have influence. And I think he does rise to the bait. Like, you literally just shot plasma into his face. So he turns, looks incredibly angry, and fires one of those big what are they called, the plasma sickles that he has. I forgot what they're called now.
I think that's what they're called, like plasma sickle.
Twin
sickle.
We'll call them twin
Wake
sickle.
him
Twin
on to
sickle.
the rescue.
So he fires a twin sickle at you, but it just misses and explodes in the ground in front of you. How does that make Taisto feel when a giant explosion just rips out of a giant sickle in an insect's arm? Like, has he ever? He probably never. I mean, he probably saw it in the initial fight. Like, what was his initial reaction when that happened initially, when they were in the real world and he just saw this massive insect firing lasers out of its arms?
Well, I think Taisto would obviously be scared. He's a child.
Yes, obviously.
And but he at this moment his reckless is at +3, so I think his fight or flight stage has is in full fight mode instead of flight, and I think he's able to at least partially disregard the fact that his life is literally in mortal peril at the moment.
Right. Okay. So you've made your first move. You've got Schneimon's attention, and he cares about you as an enemy now. Who's next onto the scene? Of everybody else, or rather than next, onto the scene, who wants to go next?
Pablo, maybe?
Yeah, sure. What do you want Pablo to do?
I was thinking he probably very shocked and scared because he's just in the real world and now he's in this almost prehistoric world, But take Digimon, probably seeing Ghostmon and his parents Taisto going to fight Sneemon. Digimon probably, since he wants to be the strongest, goes ahead and tries to attack Simon with his sharp claw.
So Gazimon just runs headfirst in, and Pablo's just stunned.
Meanwhile, Pablo's just scared shitless.
Okay, cool. So I think as Gazimon runs out, he's probably going to yell at Pablo "Come on, this is what we've been waiting for, a big fight!" And he jumps up with his claws and tries to slash at Schneimon, who's currently very distracted by Taisto. I think I'm gonna say that's probably directly engaging a threat at this point.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because there's two of you, one of him, so it's sort of balancing out almost. Like, he's still way stronger than you at the moment because he's a champion level Digimon.
Yeah.
But you can probably directly engage him just because his focus is so much on Taisto right now.
Yeah.
So roll Reckless, and we'll see what happens.
Right, that would be... How much focus do I have? I have -1, so that would be...
You have -1 Reckless.
Yeah,
Wow.
so that would be... Is it 2d6s, or was it 1? I can't...
It's 2d6, and then minus or plus whatever the label says.
It would be -1, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh,
That's a 5.
it's a 5.
That's not good.
Rip. So, I think Gazimon jumps in, tries to slash at Schneimon. His claws just bounce off the hard exoskeleton of Schneimon. And Schneimon just slashes him in the air. I want you to roll to take a powerful blow. So, when you take a powerful blow, you roll plus any of your conditions that you have marked. So you have none at the moment, so it's just a flat 2d6.
Yeah.
You want to roll low on this roll. If you roll high, bad things happen.
Well, I mean, anything can happen.
Oh, it's low.
Fuck.
You got the best
Oh, right.
roll possible, a double 1.
Oh, no. Right.
So yeah, when you take a powerful blow on a miss, you stand strong. Mark potential as normal. So actually, I forgot to mention this as well. Because you failed your roll, you mark potential.
Right.
So on your character sheet, mark potential, and you just rolled a fail again technically. So mark a second potential as well. You got 2 experience points there. So tell us how Gazimon stands strong against the blow of Schneimon. Like how do they weather that blow and sort of not be phased by it? Like a giant champion level Digimon just slashed at him.
Yeah, I think he probably manages to... Wait. I would say Gazimon's like fighting spirit just allows him to, keep going without really taking that bit of a hit.
So it's sort of like he maybe dodges out of the way, or is it more of a like he takes it on the chin and he's just like that's kind of what he's wanting? He's wanting to sort of have a back and forth, like.
I'd say that's what he's wanting, back and forth. He becomes stronger and stuff.
So he literally just takes the blow and he's like, "That's nothing. I can totally take this all day," type thing.
Yeah, he's that kind of character. Yeah, basically.
Cool. All right, who's next on the scene?
I'll go.
Cool.
Okay, so Kagayaki watches as Taisto and Pablo charge forward, directly towards the thing that can butcher them.
Okay, so
Triggers a bit. He's like, what the fuck are they doing? Are they trying to die? He pops out his rollerblades on his shoes. He carries Doremon on his back. And they begin to roll around using Doremon's metal cannons, both as a way to distract the Schneimon and also a way to propel him forward and get him to move around faster while trying to find something he can use.
So basically, you're moving around really fast with because of the momentum that shooting the metal balls out of Doremon's mouth.
Yeah, and if I can deal damage, that's bonus.
So it sounds like you're trying to look for something that you can use to your advantage. So that's assessing the situation.
Right.
So if you want to roll superior.
That was superior, and I was +2, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you got +2 on superior.
Oh, this is not Dice Maiden. Oh, wait. What?
Wait, what? What's happened here?
Oh, it is. Oh, no spaces, so it's an 8.
Yes, an 8. Cool. So on an 8, when you assess the situation, you get to ask one question, and you take +1 forward while acting on the answer to that question. So if you go to the basic moves tabs, you'll have the 5 questions you can choose between.
I mean, it's pretty obvious what the biggest threat here is.
Are you sure about that? There are a lot of Goblimons.
The Goblimons, obviously.
There are so many.
I mean, I think you look over to the Goblimons and you see like Leomon like roundhouse kick one like halfway across the village.
Yeah, he's like in a Warriors game. He's just triangle, tearing them apart.
Basically, all the Goblimons are swarming at Leomon, and Leomon's being overwhelmed by them. But at the same time, he's like full on like John Wicking the situation.
Let's see. What here can I use to deal some good damage to him? To halt his movements. Let's go for that.
To hurt his movements.
To halt his movement, yeah, to stop him.
So, Schneimon relies on his wings to move extremely fast. If you could somehow damage his wings, he would probably he would probably move a lot slower and be a bit more vulnerable to you guys. The best way to do that would be to either get something sharp and cut them off, or to burn them off with something fiery, or to crush them with something. For example, Doraemon's metal ball fire bullet thing. What's his attack called again? I always forget Doraemon's attack.
Oh, metal cannon.
Metal cannon. Yeah. So maybe like crushing the wings with a metal cannon would be something to try.
Right, and that would be directly engaging the threat, right?
I mean, it could be. You could also technically be unleashing your
Can
powers.
I would much prefer unleash your powers since I have an actual plus on that.
The other thing it could be is, I mean, yeah. No, I think it's directly engage a threat actually, because you're taking something from him, which is his wings. So if you want to roll reckless, and then we'll introduce somebody else after you've done that.
Okay, so I roll with a +1 since I'm acting on the answer, which is with the +0, it's a mighty +1. Okay, 2d6 +1, and it's a mighty 11.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh,
So,
spicy meatball.
on a hit, you trade blows with Schneimon. So it's not just a simple matter of you firing your metal cannon at his wings. Like, you get into a bit of a scrap with Schneimon. Like, you fire a shot, maybe he blocks it. He is a professional assassin after all. But eventually, you manage to sort of corral him into a situation where you can aim at his wings and you fire a metal shot at his wings. So I'm assuming the first option you're picking is to take something from him. You're going to take his wings,
Yeah,
right?
I take his flight.
But you get a second option. So you can either resist or avoid his blows, create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
I would prefer to create an opportunity
Okay, cool. So
to just slam him down.
bear in mind that if you pick that means you didn't resist or avoid his blows, which means he's going to be attacking you.
And that is fine.
Cool. So I think you crush his wings. He can't fly anymore. He like lands on the ground with a solid thud, making him a lot more easier for you guys to attack. And he screeches in agony, and he firstly shoots a twin sickle at you, and it sort of explodes at your feet, sending you flying from your rollerblades. And I want you to mark the condition afraid.
Fuck.
Also, I'm going to do this. So, like you, enemies have conditions as well. And when they mark them, I get to make a move with them before you get to react. So, I think not only has he fired this twin sickle at you, he unleashes like a quadrisicle and like blows up 3 buildings in the town. And you see a bunch of Gotsumon and Kapurimon running for their lives as each sickle explodes in the ground. And one of them lands just below a Gotsumon's feet and blows him into the air. And he sort of gets buried in the ground as he lands because he's quite heavy. He's a big rock. And he gets swarmed by some Goblimon who have broken away from Leomon now.
No, that I cannot, and I cannot have this.
Yeah, that's not
Not
very
very
nice.
nice. No.
That's not very nice. Fuck.
I'm going over there and see and tell those big mini Goblimon, hey now, be nice, stop it. He's in the ground now. Stop hitting him. That's not fair. Wait for him to get back up.
So it sounds to me like you're just trying to get them to. Well, are you trying to get them to focus on you, or are you trying to just get them to have a fair fight, or like what's your goal with that?
I'd like them to stop first. So stop hitting the defenseless Gotsumon.
Okay.
Then if they focus on me on whatever, I don't know, but that's on them, I guess.
So it sounds like you're provoking them. So again, provoke isn't just like getting them to do something they don't want to. It's also like persuading people as well.
I see.
So this is a superior roll. If you give me a superior roll, we'll resolve what happens with you yelling at the Goblimon.
Superior 0. So provoke someone. It's a what's the DC? Provoke someone.
To roll dice, it's just exclamation point 2d6.
6. Okay. Plus 0.
Oh wow! Good
Nice,
roll.
nice.
Wow.
Straight 11.
We are not getting any potential today, boys.
Okay, so on a hit, they rise to the bait and do exactly what you want. So you yell at them like, "Hey, stop! That's not fair. He's landed on his head. Like, please stop!" And like the Goblimon literally like look at you, sort of like look at each other, and they step back from the Gotsumon and let him get to his feet. And then you hear one of them grumble, "We Goblimon have pride."
Yeah, now that's better. That's a better way to play.
"We fair fights." And then like they shove one of the Goblimon forward, and then
Yeah.
point to the Gotsumon and go, "You fight now." And then the Gotsumon and the Goblimon sort of square off with each other.
Fight!
Perfect.
So the only person we haven't heard from now is Zachary. So Zachary, what are you doing?
He was going to sort of come forward. Then he saw Kagayaki get kind of exploded. And so he's just like, "Oh, this is happening. Alright." He looks at the Goblimon, like, squaring up against the Gotsumon, and he realizes there are people here who are in danger. This is a more important thing than me. So he basically goes to Mudfrigimon, like, "Hey, we need to get as many people out of here as we possibly can before they get blown up or whatever's going to happen to them. Not quite sure how this world works yet, but if we don't get them out of here, bad things will happen, I presume."
So you say that to Mudfrigimon?
Yes.
Yeah, so Mudfrigimon is already sort of rummaging through the like some makeshift like cardboard boxes and some not so cardboard boxes, which are actually just computer shells. And he pulls out like a first aid kit and says, "Come on, we have to go to the go and protect the young ones." And he like runs out with this like big briefcase with a giant red plus sign on it, which is blatantly a first aid box. And
I guess I'm gonna follow them, trying to like pick up any in training Digimon that I find, just like carrying them in my arms, like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Yeah,
This
so-
is not a good situation.
So when that Twinsicle hit the ground and blew the Goblimon, not Goblimon, the Gotsumon away, it also hit a couple of Kapurimon and a Wanyamon, who are now sort of cowering behind one of the mud huts, which has had its roof blown off and it's currently on fire. And you see them and you sort of scoop them up in your arm. And you're like carrying 3 of them at once, like these big puffballs. I think
I can imagine Kapurimon's kind of heavy, just because like he has that big
he
helmet.
has that big metal helmet, yeah. But he's surprisingly light. It's like digi carbon fiber. It's like very
I
very
mean,
light.
it depends on what metal it is, really.
Yeah.
It could be aluminium.
He is in training after all. He's probably not going to have the strongest metal.
It's made of tin.
Gold Digizoid.
Not the gold Digitoid again.
So when you scoop them up, like, do you say anything to them, or is it just you grab them and run?
He's just like, hey guys, we're getting out of here. Well, at least I hope we are. He is not confident about his ability to do any of the things he's doing. He just knows that this is probably the thing he should be doing.
Right. So you're not like giving them words of comfort or anything. It's just like, we gotta go, run.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So you follow Mudfrigimon.
I believe that would be a defend move, if it is a move even.
I don't think it is a move, because they're not under a direct threat at the moment. They're sort of just cowering in fear for their lives, and you've sort of scooped them up and said, I'll save you. And you're sort of running along with them. I think as Mudfrigimon is running through the village, you like pass Leomon, who is like finishing off a few more Guburimon. And then you hear like another screech and roar, and a big thud as Kawagamon lands on the other side of the village.
You have got to be kidding me.
A Kagayaki now? Fuck.
What is the mob doing here?
This one doesn't seem as precise in what it's doing. It kind of just screeches, flies over the city a few times, and keeps swooping down and smashing at things. He doesn't seem to be very well trained or anything like that. He's just sort of on a rampage for seemingly not much reason. But then you realize, looking over at the jungle, there's some Chiaramon who have just come out of the jungle, and they're sort of well, they're not actually out of the jungle yet. They're like in the jungle, and they're sort of waving their staffs towards a nest in a tree, which you presume is Kawagamon's nest.
Zachary has a terrible idea.
All right.
Oh,
Digimon?
fuck.
He
Well,
sets down the babies like,
as-
go, run, follow Mudfrigimon. Cutemon, we're dealing with that.
Oh, come on, do we have
Regardless
to
of
deal with
how-
that right
Alright,
now?
Daisto is emerging from a dust cloud after the Snymon sent all those shadow sickles in every single direction and smashed a lot of things, and he screams at Kagayaki and points at the Kawagamon. Deal with that. I'm going to take Snymon. And following Kagayaki's let's go Ghostmon, and then following Kagayaki's example, takes on with his rollerblades to distract the Snymon while Ghostmon turns invisible tries to appear behind Snymon and shoot plasma at Snymon's back to injure him.
Okay, so you're trying to injure Snymon. So you're directly
Yes.
engaging a threat here.
Sure.
But you're not.
Oh,
So I think it's reckless for sure. So I think Schneidmon's distracted by you. He's firing his twin sickles towards you as you're rollerblading around on these rocket boots that Kagayaki's made for you. And then Ghostmon appears behind him and fires a few blasts, and maybe he gives a swipe at Ghostmon, and perhaps he gets kind of caught off guard and knocked off balance. Like, I know he's supposedly a professional assassin, but this assassin also doesn't really seem like he has his wits about him. Like, he seems sort of rabid in a way. Like, he doesn't seem to have sentience. He sort of seems more animalistic in nature. So yeah, I think he gets caught completely off guard and gets shot in the back of the head a few times. So yeah, roll reckless. We'll see what happens.
All right. You and since I have influence over Snymon, I get to add +1 to this.
Yes.
All right.
Oof.
So that's a +4.
You failed this
Let's
one.
go.
Just so you're aware, +4 is the maximum you can get on a roll.
Yes. 8. It's only 8. I'm not good at being reckless, apparently.
Damn, that's
Well-
not great.
That +4 saved you.
I know.
Okay, so on an 8, you get to pick one of the options. So what are you doing to Schneimon?
All right. Well, I'm going to.
So regardless of what happens, you trade blows with them, unless you pick
Yeah.
resist or avoid their blows, in which
Yeah.
case you just attack them.
I know. Well, that's what you get for rollerblading into literal mortal peril. So sometimes it backfires. I'm going to take something from Snymon, and I'm trying to. Am I allowed to take Snymon's life from them?
No, that's probably too far.
That's hard.
I don't.
so
think,
speaking of team,
I don't think you're currently in a position where you're able to take his life yet.
All right.
But you potentially could if you push a bit further. You could probably try and take something else from him if you wanted to, though.
Can I take away his ability to hurt others, like besides me? I'm fine if he hits me or someone else from the party, but the innocents. Can I take away his ability to hurt innocents?
How would you do that?
Well, for example, if I damaged his weapons, his sickles, if I damaged the sickles in some way that he was unable to throw shadow sickles around, he could still use them as melee weapons, but not use shadow sickles.
Okay, so you want to disable his shadow sickles.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does that look like? Like, what does Ghostmon do to do that?
I think Ghostmon is going to fire little plasma at the sickles, or some parts of his arm, so that they're clearly damaged, and he can't use them to throw around the shadow sickles. Just use them as they're still sharp, but they can't fire something.
Right. Okay. So yeah, he fires the plasma at the sickles. They sort of crack and splinter a little bit. And then he roars in quite agony. Like these sickles aren't just weapons; they're literally his hands that you've just broken. So I think he screeches and tries to flee. He runs very sluggishly across the ground towards the jungle from whence he came.
What an assassin.
In an
Wow.
attempt to escape with his life and potentially fight another day. And then as he does that, you see this sort of black lightning-y type thing zip around his neck. And then he suddenly turns and starts smashing the ground with his sickles as he runs towards Taisto.
I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure this isn't going to result in any kind of injury whatsoever.
Cool.
it will be
So-
fine.
While that's...
It's fine.
So, Pablo, you're near Taisto and Schneimon.
Yeah.
So Schneimon's just rushing towards Taisto, smashing the ground with his sickles. What are you and Gazimon going to do about that?
I'd say maybe. Wait a second. Pablo probably just freezes, but then he thinks the right thing to do there would be, help Taisto. So he orders Gazimon to try and, how can I say this? I guess attack Snymon, just to derail the blow, I guess.
Okay, so so you want to push him out of the way type thing so that he doesn't attack Taisto.
Yeah, basically.
Cool, so it sounds like you're defending somebody. So this is where you roll Savior.
Let me just.
Which I believe yours is +2, which is perfect.
Oh, was it? Oh, that's nice. Yeah. 2d6 plus 2. 11.
Nice.
Those are a lot of 11s.
Oh, that's something I also forgot to mention. So before we resolve this defend, because it's going to do something with this, I forgot that at the start of a fight, when you enter battle as a team, you get this thing called a team pool.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a move that we trigger here. So who is the leader of the team, quote unquote?
I mean,
out of all of you, would it maybe be Kagayaki or would it be Taisto?
Taisto.
probably Taisto.
If you can't decide who the leader
It's
is,
obviously
there's no
Taisto.
leader.
Well, Pablo and Taisto think it's Taisto. Does anyone disagree?
Well, obviously I don't
Kagayaki-
want the leader to be the dude who just ran.
So Kagayaki disagrees. All right, we don't have a leader.
Okay, so there is no leader. Does everybody have the same purpose in this fight?
Yeah, I
Protect
would
the
imagine
village.
so.
So for example, is your purpose to kill Schneimon? Is your purpose to save the villagers? Is your purpose to sort of rebuild the village? Like, what's your...
Save the village.
Save the village.
Taisto
Yes.
is
Yeah, save the village.
Save the village and for Snymon.
Okay, so everyone has the same purpose in a fight. Does anybody... Oh, well, there is no leader, so no one can mistrust a leader. Your team is definitely ill-prepared. So you have 2 team at the moment. So team is a resource that you can spend. So whenever somebody makes a move and would roll, you can say that you're assisting them or helping them by spending 1 team out of the team pool. And when you do that, you say how you help them and you give them +1 to their roll. You can also spend team selfishly if you say how it hurts the other members of the team. You can spend a team to shift 1 label up and 1 label down of your choice. So you can do that after the roll as well to sort of boost your roll up 1 if you need to. So that's how you use team. The reason I've suddenly had the memory to do this is because defend somebody has an outcome where you can gain a team into the team pool. So on a hit with defend, you may choose... You keep them safe, so Taisto is completely safe. But you also get to choose one of the following. You get to add a team to the pool, take influence over Taisto, the person you protected, or clear a condition that you have. Bear in mind, if you have influence over Taisto already, this means you can shift one of his labels up and one of his labels down, of your choice.
You do. You have influence over Taisto. Everyone has influence over Taisto.
So, which are you going to pick? Iva?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I'm dumb. Add team to a pool, probably.
Okay, cool. So we've got 3 team in the pool to spend, and you keep Taisto safe. So what does that look like? Like, is Gazimon just like punching Schneimon in the face and he like crashes into a nearby building or something?
Yeah, that sounds about right. You probably, yeah.
Or does Pablo just tackle Taisto out of the way, or
No, I don't think he'd do that. I don't think he's, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm interested in this Kawagamon on the other side of town. So it looks to me like the Shamomon are provoking this Kawagamon by attacking its nest. What is everyone else going to do about that? Because the Kawagamon is swooping down and preventing the escape of the villagers.
So what Zachary's done is he's basically picked up Cutemon. He's like, "You're coming with me. We're doing this." That is the one flaw of being significantly smaller than me, is that you don't get to make decisions.
I think he's sort of. I think Cutemon is like, but we could escape that way. We don't have to go with all the villagers. We don't have to save these people. They don't owe you nothing.
I pop out my rollerblades and begin rollerblading at the Shamanmon, just like sort of pointing Cutemon at them. Do the thing!
What are you doing, you idiot? Why don't have any attacking moves?
Yes, you do! That thing that gave me permanent hearing damage! Do the thing!
And then it is boom, 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 sonar blast.
And I would imagine that, you know, using whatever magic the Shalamon are doing requires some level of concentration, and being ultrasonic blasted would break said concentration.
Oh, almost definitely, yes. So I think you're directly engaging a threat with Reckless here.
Think. Alright. I have a +0 to Reckless. That's better than not +0. Get hefted, alright.
So close yet so far.
So I think like Cutemon is so adamant that he's not going to be a part of this that he doesn't actually screech and he just yells at you. And like you rollerblade into the midst of a bunch of Shamamon who then turn at you and start swinging their clubs. So I want you to take a powerful blow.
Alright,
as
well,
they
I
sort
don't
of
have...
clothesline you off your rollerblades.
I don't have any conditions yet, thankfully.
Also,
don't
because you rolled a failure, could you mark potential?
Yeah, I'll mark potential real fast. Let me do that.
I don't suppose I can defend him like now. I have to wait,
we have to resolve the outcome of the roll first, and then you can maybe defend him if he's still in danger.
Yay! I rolled high.
Rolling high is bad in this situation.
I know.
So when you take a powerful blow, you roll a 7 to 9. You can choose one of the following options. You can lash out verbally at one of the others to take foolhardy action, or take advantage over your influence of them to inflict a condition on somebody else.
I don't have influence.
You can give ground to your opposition to give them an advantage or opportunity, or you can struggle past the pain of being clotheslined off your rollerblades and mark 2 conditions of your choice.
I think I'm gonna struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions. Be like, Cutemon, the hell.
Which 2 are you gonna mark?
I think I'm gonna mark guilty and hopeless.
Cool.
It's like I couldn't help them.
Cool. So I think one of the Shaman have turned and has started walking towards you with the clubs scraping along the floor, whilst the other 2 are still sort of climbing the tree and prodding the eggs in the nest.
Is Kagayaki a bird?
You said you wanted to defend Zachary from danger.
Okay, so I basically want to do 2 things. I want Dormon to do one thing and Kagayaki to do another thing.
Okay, what are the 2 things?
So, first, Kagayaki is kinda shook right now, he almost died. And he actually realizes what that means, so he's shaking. He's looking at the Kawagamon tearing the place apart, and knows that he has to do something about that. Snymon has 2 things, has the 2 others on top of him. Sonia does whatever she's doing.
Yeah.
And then he looks at Zachary and sees the Samamon about to attack him. And he's like, fuck!
You just see me like being mugged by a group of shaman. I'm just like, oh god, this is a terrible idea.
So he's like, okay, Doraemon, go and guard Zachary. I'm going to do something very, very stupid.
Okay, so first roll to defend Zachary, and then we'll see what this stupid thing is you're
Okay,
going to try and do.
defend his savior. I don't have a plus. I do have influence over him. Do I get a plus?
You get +1 if you have influence over Zachary, yes.
Okay, so I roll to the 6. 1. Please. 9.
9, okay, cool.
Okay.
So on a 9, it's a hit, so you keep them safe. But on a 7 to 9, it costs you something. You either expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation in some way.
Well, he definitely escalated the situation. He rams one of them.
Yeah, so yeah, I think he rams into the Chiaramon that's attacking Zachary.
Yeah, he
knocking
uses
him off his feet.
his hyper dust metal and high speed tackles the salmon in front of Zachary.
Yeah, and then I think doing that causes him to be exposed to danger. So the 2 Chiaramon in the tree drop down and club him in the back. Because Chiaramon don't have honor like Goblimons.
Doesn't that mean that I technically succeeded because now all of the Shamanmon are focused on beating me to death with their bare hands?
Well,
No.
They're focused
They're
on being
focused on
Doraemon.
Doraemon to death. That. There's a difference.
But they're no longer provoking Kawagamon, which was my goal.
So I think, yeah, they're no longer provoking Quagamon, but Quagamon's still on a rampage. He thinks that the village is attacking his nest.
About that stupid thing we're talking about.
So because Doraemon is being kind of laid into right now, I think maybe you mark hopeless.
I wouldn't say yet. I want to see how how Kagayaki's action goes first. Then, depending on how that goes.
I'm saying you mark hopeless. And then you can do your crazy thing, whatever that is.
Because they should kind of happen together, but sure. Right, so Kagayaki now wants to use something around him. Or what the fuck are they called? A ramp. Or a ramp, and he wants to get on top of the Kawagamon.
Wow, okay.
And draw its attention, since yelling at it obviously isn't going to work.
Okay, so you rollerblade up probably one of the crumbling buildings that's had its roof blown off has landed in such a way that it's a ramp and you can
Yeah, and I
up.
want to basically scream in its ear and point it towards the nest.
So you point what towards the nest? The ramp?
The Kawagamon. I want to point the Kawagamon towards the nest and go that way! You stupid fuck!
Okay,
So he's provoking him into seeing that look, your nest is safe now because this poor child is being beaten to death.
Either that the salmon are the ones attacking him, not us.
So it's definitely superior to the roll.
Alright. Do I get minus? Condition hopeless? No, it's unless you're powered and directly engaged.
Yes. So you're fine.
Alright. Please. This is an important roll. This is important, please. 13.
Nice. Big roll.
Spicy meatball.
Okay, cool. So when you roll a 10 or more on a provoke someone roll, they do exactly what you're trying to get them to do. So you direct Kawagamon towards its nest, and it seems
you're like the salmon like the ones attacking you, basically.
Yeah, it's no longer under attack, and there's these Shamanmon attacking villagers and Zack and Doraemon, and the Kawagamon sees that its nest is no longer under threat. I think it calms down a little bit. and I think it's gonna try and swoop in and attack the Chiaramon. But before that happens, I want to see
I
what
am still above him.
I want to see what Sonia's doing because we haven't heard from Sonia in a while.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, who seems like they're in the most trouble right now? Because there's a few fights going on in the village. There's like the Leomon over there, the Snymon, Quagamon stuff seems to be resolving somewhat. Maybe I don't know.
I think the villagers are in the most danger, at least from like what I can tell.
Yeah, because Goblimon is currently winning his duel against Gotsumon. Gotsumon's getting his face smashed in by a club at the moment. There's a few Goblimon around them, sort of cheering them on, going fight, 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 fight. Mudfrigimon is currently wrapping a bandage around Leomon's arm after he's beaten off so many Goblimon and he's received a bit of an injury. And the in-training Digimon are sort of kind of all over the place. They're not very organized at all. They're panicking.
Well, I'll bring them together somewhere safe. In another direction than all the Shamamon and Goblimons and stuff. I'll take all the babies first, probably, and tell them it's okay. We'll everything is going to be fine soon. They're having fun. Don't worry. And bringing all the little babies safe together first. Organize them a bit. So
cool. So that sounds like you're comforting and supporting them. So do you want to roll kind?
Yes, I think. Kind? Yeah, +2, of course. Yeah, well, roll kind, why not? Let's go. 12.
Nice. So they calm down almost immediately as soon as they see the chosen one, or one of the chosen ones, come towards them and sort of tell them that everything's going to be okay and that they have everything handled. And they sort of corral around you, and they will follow you and do what you want.
Okay, so is Leomon safe right now?
Leomon's just having a wound tended to by Mudfrigimon.
Since the two big boys over there rather go there, since it seems it quieted down, so I bring the babies to the big boys and ask what now.
I think Mudfrigimon looks over at the Kawagabon flying back towards the jungle and looks over at the Shnymon trying to murder Taisto with everything he has.
Yeah.
And he sees that the situation's sort of tipping in their favor a bit more. And he stands up and he's like, I'll get these young ones to safety. You do whatever you can to stop that Snymon and get it out of my city.
Hi, sir.
All right. Well, Taisto is busy, who is, pretty busy getting murdered by the Snymon, is going to step back up and is going to scream at Snymon that he will never let Snymon hurt these innocent poor creatures, and is again going to just walk or just forcefully make his presence known when again Ghostmon is going to try and get a sneak attack on Snymon from behind or from above or something like that. This fight needs to end.
Cool. So give me a reckless roll to see if you can end this fight.
Can I assist since I've been told to?
Of course, yeah. How do you want to help him distract the Snymon or attack the Snymon? And we'll spend a team from the pool to do that.
Well, Pilomon could probably use one of the sleeping bubbles to make the Snymon a bit drowsy, so it's not as concentrated on someone specific.
Sure, yeah.
I guess.
So Pilomon floats up and just pops a bubble in his face.
Yep.
And he looks very woozy and a bit drunk and starts staggering left and right. And then Ghostmon appears behind him and zaps. Give me a reckless roll with +1 extra from the team.
I already have a maximum of +4 because of my reckless is +3, and I already have influence over Snymon, if I remember correctly. So I already have +4. So just gonna give that 8 again.
All right.
I'm really.
Yeah.
Why do I roll so low on my best stat? Stop it. Get some help.
At least it's not your worst start, and you're like rolling horribly.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I'm again. I suppose I'm gonna get somehow punished for trying to stand up to an adult level Digimon, but can I take away Snymon's will to fight?
Yes.
Can I subdue Snymon?
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna subdue Snymon, so I take away his will to fight, but not before I get hurt in some way, I suppose.
Yeah. So I think you get I think when Ghostmon zaps him in the back of the head, he like screeches and does one last swing, which hits Ghostmon before he collapses and is subdued. And I think you feel guilty for putting Ghostmon in danger.
Yeah, should have been me.
Should have been you, yeah. You're the one that saves everyone, not Ghostmon. So Ghostmon's injured now. Meanwhile, the Kawagamon has swooped in and it grabs one of the Shamamons, throws it into the air, and as it falls back down, devours it in one bite.
Oh,
I am still on its head, holding tight.
It then lands between Zachary and the Shamamon.
I am not having fun.
Yells a challenging roar at the Shamamons. Shamamons run for their lives. And then it scurries back up its tree to its nest and sort of makes like a purring noise, as much of a purring noise as an insect could.
I have questions about how big this tree is that it can physically support a Wagamon sitting in it.
It is a huge, wide tree.
How do I get down?
Is it called?
Oh yeah, you're still on its head.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna start climbing the tree. I'm just gonna make sure Kuwagamon sees look, I'm not trying to hurt anyone. Hey Kuwagamon, would you mind coming down here so I can thank you personally for all that you've done to help me and my friends, including the one on the back of your head.
Ah,
I think he just looks at you and is like, why are you talking so slow?
Because I'm afraid that if I talk too fast, you'll think that I'm trying to hurt your nest.
so it can
and you'll
talk.
murder me.
please put me down.
He reaches on top of his head and gently picks up Kagayaki and sets him down in the nest.
That's almost the opposite of what I wanted, actually.
Mother bird.
And then he turns to you, Zachary, and he's like, I want to thank you for protecting my young. And then I think
I'm sorry, Zachary's concussion's so strong that he's now hearing this Kuwagamon talk?
This
Yeah.
Kawagamon can talk. He went on a rampage because his nest was under attack.
Oh,
And
by the way, since I successfully defended, can I clear the afraid or the hopeless?
at the end of the scene, we clear conditions, so we'll
Oh,
talk about
'cause
that in a minute.
Just because it's in the defend.
Pardon, sorry?
It's in the defend. When you defend someone, add a team to the pool, take influence, or clear condition.
Yes, you can clear a condition from that.
So can I clear the hopeless?
Yes.
Great. Right, go on.
Sorry. I think he's gonna give you something as a token of his appreciation, Zachary. Now, what do you think would be a good reward for defending his children? And he'll probably be able to give you that.
I mean, Kawagamon's, like, chitin is really strong, right? Like, and he's an insect, and insects occasionally, like, shed their skin. So maybe just, like, a cool shield.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, he gives you, like, one of his shedded exoskeleton scales. And it's about as big as you.
I imagine it'd be pretty light, though, because...
Yeah, it's really light, because he can fly.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, that's neat. Hey, Cutemon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you with the shield.
Whoa, wait, I just wanted to do something in your best interest. Oh.
That's for giving me a concussion.
Look, I don't think you should be throwing yourself into danger like that. You're better
Then
than all
why...
this.
Okay, if you don't want me throwing myself into danger, why would you purposefully act to put me in more danger?
You're the one who rocket booted into the middle of those Chiaramons. I told you to run in the opposite direction, you damn idiot. I think
I might hit you with the shield again.
I think he's gonna he's trying to shift your superior up and your kind down. Do you accept? I'm assuming you're not accepting what he's saying, right?
I am not accepting what he's saying. I think that he's kind of a jerk, and we've only known each other for like 2 hours tops.
Yeah. Cool. So when you reject somebody's influence, you roll 2d6 just flat, and on a hit, you successfully hold to yourself and tune out what they tell you. On a 10 plus, you choose 2 of the options. On a 7 to 9, you choose 1 of the options. And then if you miss, even if you try and reject them, secretly their words do get to you, and the labels shift. So give me a flat 2d6.
I did that and I got an 8.
Sweet. So you pick one of the following options. You can clear a condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong. You can shift one of your labels up and one of your labels down at your choice to reflect that that's how you see yourself, not the way that they're saying. Or you can cancel their influence over you, meaning you no longer care what they think about you, and you take +1 forward against them on any roll that you make against them.
I think I'm going to, yeah, I'm gonna mark potential and just like run at Snymon with my shield and just sort of like hold it up in front of me to try to defend Taisto.
Taisto
Oh my
already
God.
subdued the Snymon.
He did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shaimon's like
You're running.
like Shaimon's like face down flat on the ground, like unconscious.
It's like I just
Ghostmon's got like a plasma injury on him and stuff, and you just run in with a shield, stand between him and Taisto, and you're just like, "I'll save you, Taisto," and it's like, too late, bro.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're running into the situation, and Taisto is basically only concerned about Ghostmon's well-being right now. He's running to console and look check that Ghostmon is doing fine, because he's guilty. He's really guilty about that. His stupid actions shouldn't put anyone else in danger.
All right.
And now Ghostmon got hurt.
Instead of running towards a battle that's already done, can I instead try to shield Gatsumon from the Goblimon?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, it is funnier if I'd run towards a situation that's already resolved, but it's not necessarily what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, so you run back to the village real quick, and you see that the Gotsumon is being pummeled by the Goblimon. There's like a big ring of other Goblimon around them, making sure the fight's a fair fight and upholding the pride and all that kind of stuff.
Is Cutemon with me, or is Cutemon still standing over where I was getting beaten to death?
Cutemon's still standing over where you were getting beaten to death. Like, you literally just ran off, like, to prove him wrong.
I just sort of try to, like, barge my way in with the shield. I have a shield now. This is Zachary's character trait. He has a shield now. Also, I may or may not get my rollerblades duct taped to the bottom of the shield for skateboard.
Cool. So, roll to defend somebody?
I'm gonna, yeah, okay. Let me look at that move.
So it's savior.
Plus savior. I don't know if I have any of that. I don't. Okay. Okay, 2d6.
Oh, actually, do you have, one sec, I want to double check something. You have hopeless marked. That's only ship powers, never mind. I thought that might decrease your chances of defending somebody that's insecure.
I think that's insecure, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I rolled a 6, so...
Yeah, so I think you run into the middle of the Goblimons and, like, put your shield up, and you, like, one of the Goblimons from the crowd around them steps up and goes, "You dishonor Gotsumon," and the like two more like dive at you, and you like block them with the shield, but they're just starting to bash you and overwhelm you, and sort of they're basically they because you weren't respectful of the fights, they don't really like you very much.
I mean, I did roll a 6,
Shouldn't
so
have done that.
completely missed.
I
didn't defend anyone.
I would like you to mark afraid as they overwhelm you.
I have 3 conditions and 3 potential. I'm in danger.
Can you stay safe for like 5 seconds, please?
No!
And then there's no Goblimon over there. And then Zachary just runs at them for a moment.
I think you hear like a thud, 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 and then like your vision's like completely cut off by the shield and all the Goblimons swarming you. But then you see like a beacon of light as one of the Goblimons gets picked up by the head and tossed into a nearby building, and Leomon is standing over you, and he's like,
I think my concussion's getting worse. Because I just saw you as like a giant pillar of light instead of the weird lion man that you are.
That's not very nice, is it?
He says, "I admire your courage, but you are severely outnumbered, my friend." And he like,
You shouldn't. You should not admire my courage. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you suck.
and he like reaches in, grabs you from the crowd, and hoists you up onto his shoulder.
Oh, I'm here now. Okay.
And then he roars really loudly, "Cutemon, get your ass over here!" Cutemon.
Someone's in trouble.
You will find out Cutemon is acutely afraid of Leomon. And
Like him, but bigger.
exactly. So Cutemon like legs it towards him, and he's like, "Sir, yes, sir, I'll do anything you say, sir." Because he knows that if he doesn't do what Leomon says, he's in for a world of hurt later. So I think Cutemon's back on the scene, and Leomon says, "Because you've been so selfish, you deal with them," and leaves the massive Goblimons to the Cutemon. How does Cutemon react to being put on the spot like that? He doesn't like confrontation, does he? He likes to just sort of be the one pulling the strings and staying safe and sort of putting things into his advantage. That's right?
I think Cutemon, knowing that they have like ultrasonic blast powers, is gonna be like, what if I could be a jerk about this and get them off my back for a second? And he's just like, "Zachary, I swear to God, next time I see you, we're gonna have a conversation," but like really loud, so it creates an ultrasonic blast. So like, oh, hey, I don't like that.
Cool.
Basically, he's trying to like get the Goblimon to like leave him alone, at least for a little bit.
Cool.
So he does not like this. He is not a fan.
So he blasts out like a big screech, and the
Yeah.
Goblimon like cover their ears and fall to their knees, screaming in pain as their eardrums shatter from their supersonic blast at point blank range. And then as he stops, they're like sort of rolling on the floor in pain. And they start to sort of scramble to their feet and try to run. Do you let them get away, or are you like literally
Yeah,
like,
I mean-
on a vendetta type thing?
No, Zachary's just like, good riddance. Please don't come back.
I think
Can you put me down now, Mr. Leomon?
Yeah, he puts you down, and I think you feel something tug at your ankle, and you see Gotsumon crawling along the floor, and he's like, "Thank you for saving me, mister. I might have died without you."
You should
Aw.
not thank me, because it was a bad idea what I did. I'm not saving you. Saving you wasn't a bad idea, but going into... You know what I mean. And if you don't, I don't really care.
You're a hero. You saved my life. No wonder
That's a
you're a
statement.
chosen one. And I think
Cutemon,
he's
if
he's raising your savior and reducing your reckless. Do you accept that?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Cool. So raise your savior 1, reduce your reckless 1.
Oh, reduce my reckless.
Yeah, reduce your reckless 1, raise your savior 1. Who haven't we heard from recently? Let's go back to Pablo. We haven't heard from him in a while. So Pablo, the fight's over.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
You've been cowering in a corner this whole time. I think Gazimon
Yeah.
sort of comes back from the fight a little battered and bruised. He's like, "What the hell, man? You were supposed to have my back in there. Where were you?"
Scared shitless, that's where I was.
Look, man, you gotta be able to face your fears. You gotta be able to jump in and do what's right. And you know, I expect you as my partner to be there when I need you. You gotta take the risks, man. You gotta jump in there and help me.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Gazmon.
I think he's raising your reckless, and
Probably,
he's
yeah.
reducing your superior.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So it would be now...
How do you respond to him doing that, by the way?
Agreeing, probably. Because I can agree that I was just scared shitless in a corner.
So you accept his telling you off, basically.
Yeah.
He was like edging for this fight, and he thought you'd have his back, that you'd be able to have this first fight together and sort of bond, and he's there like, "You left me all on my own." Like, it was a complete dick move type thing.
Yeah, definitely. It was, yeah.
So now that the scene's basically over, we talk about removing conditions. So conditions get cleared at the end of any scene in which you've done one of the following things, depending on what you've got. So let's start with Taisto. Do you have any conditions at the moment? You're guilty, right?
Yeah, guilty.
Cool. So to clear guilty, you need to have made a sacrifice to absolve your guilt during the conflict. I don't think you've done that, have you? Do you?
No, I don't think so.
Cool. Pablo, you don't have any conditions marked. Kagayaki, afraid. So to clear afraid, you have to run from something difficult.
I ran right straight towards something difficult.
Yeah, you run straight towards something difficult, so I don't think you got the afraid cleared.
Yeah, no, I'm still scared shitless.
Zachary, you have 3 conditions marked. So
Yep.
did you run from something difficult for afraid?
I did not. But I think for, what did... Hopeless...
Oh, hopeless was...
At least I think I cleared guilty, because I did make a sacrifice to absolve my guilt.
Yeah, you kind of sacrificed yourself in a way.
Yeah, I've gotten 2 concussions.
Yeah, I think you clear guilty for sure. Especially after Gotsumon sort of talks up to you. And Sonia, you have no conditions, so that's fine. Cool. So I think Mud Frigimon and Leomon come out of hiding. Not Leomon. Leomon's already out of hiding. He saved your life. Mud Frigimon and the Digitamas come out of hiding. They sort of bounce out from this sort of, it looks like a big rusty tin can, but like on a giant scale that they've sort of took shelter in. And Mud Frigimon sort of ducks out first, and he's like, "Is it safe to come out now?"
Yeah, it is. We handled the.
Yeah,
We succeeded.
we did it.
Come on,
We've
young
gone.
ones, out from the hiding places. And they all like, their heads come out, and he like walks towards you guys, and he's like, "I want to thank you again for saving our village. It's not every day that, oh my gosh!" And he like looks at the floor and sees like the flattened Sneemon. And he's like, "I didn't expect him to still be here.
Oh yeah, that happened.
What do we do with him now? Quick, you!" And he like points at a Gotsumon. "Get me some rope." And Gotsumon goes and grabs some rope, and they sort of bind Schneimon's sickle.
Yeah, I'm
behind
gonna
his
hang
back.
Slimon up. That's harsh.
They're
How
not,
do
they're
you-
not hanging him up.
They're
not
not hanging.
savages.
They better not hang him.
Tie
Yeah.
No, no,
something.
They tie up his hands, and I suppose
It's a blade. It's a blade. Tie his wrist, not
They-
the blade,
yeah,
please.
They tie his wrists.
Okay, good.
Okay.
And I think Leomon sort of makes a makeshift, very poor prison because this village is very desolate and not very well equipped to handle prisoners because of it being sort of a camp in a way. So when Schneimon wakes up, it might cause some trouble. I think you head back towards the center of the village where the attack initially happened, and as they're doing like a head count of everybody to make sure everyone's okay, you like see Mud Frigimon's face drop. He's like, "Oh God, he's still in
Oh
there."
fuck.
And he like
Cool.
runs
What?
towards a mud hut that's had its roof caved in.
Dice runs after him. He
Yeah,
has no idea
same
what's
here.
going on, but we're gonna go in
Yeah, I
anyway.
think everybody goes.
Everybody runs
Yeah.
after him, yeah.
Okay, so you go into the mud hut, and inside you see underneath a collapsed roof is a wizardmon, and next to him is a small sort of it's a Chiaramon, a small fuzzy yellow Chiaramon, and they're both trapped under some stone that's crushed on top of them. Chiaramon's like, "You have to help him. You have to lift the
We need to
beams."
help.
Okay,
Need to-
assess the situation.
Dice is just gonna go and start lifting the beams.
Okay, engineering. Let's hear. Here's where I go. What can I use to make lifting the boulder easier?
Roll superior to find out.
No potential today, I guess.
Yeah, so to make the lifting easier, you can obviously use the strength of Leomon, or you could try and get some leverage by picking up one of the nearby pipes, and
Or alternatively, I think that Zachary's shield could make a good lever to
that's true.
a
Yeah.
good lever too.
Alright, so we have Leomon use the shield as a lever.
Cool.
Just don't break my shield.
You also, I mean, there's not really a question here that fits. So yeah, I guess you just use the shield as leverage. The Leomon like pushes down on the end and it lifts the rock up. And she's like, "You have to pull him out. You have to pull him out." And like, Mud Frigimon grabs Wizardmon and like drags him out from under the stone, and then Leomon drops it. And he said, "He was a guest in our village. We found him in the forest unconscious. He hasn't woken up yet. I completely forgot he was inside. Oh,
You forgot him?
I'm such a terrible village chief.
Damn, that's harsh.
Hold on. I'm willing to accept that maybe in the heat of things, like, you deemed the babies more important, but you forgot he was here?
You have to forgive me. He hasn't been awake since we found him. He's been in the hospital for 3 weeks.
I mean, in fairness, we've been here a while as well and didn't know.
Pardon, sorry?
In fairness, we've been here a while as well and didn't really know anything.
We've been here like 2 hours.
It will be fine.
Yeah. Well, what's important is that he's no longer being crushed. Is he all right?
He looks like he's got
Yeah,
a few...
is there any injuries?
He looks like he's got a few injuries that probably could do with some treatment. I don't know if any of you have any healing like powers or anything like that.
Cutemon does.
Cutemon should have.
Yeah, Cutemon does.
Cutemon, you better do this, or else I'm gonna hit you with my shield again.
Do you want to roll to provoke him?
Yeah, I'm just like, Cutemon, heal him.
That's a nice relationship.
It's like, and why should I?
Because I have a shield and I'm bigger than you.
One day I'll be bigger than you and I'll hit you with my own shield.
Don't bicker, just
nice for sudden
help.
Digidestined. Nice for sudden to Digidestined. Perfect.
Cool.
two of you stop bickering and just help him.
I rolled an 8 to provoke him.
Cool. So he reluctantly does it. He kind of goes over towards the Wizardmon and starts glowing bright yellow. And the Wizardmon's wounds start to sort of lighten and not be as dark. And he seems to sort of relax and do like a little mumble in his sleep. And you hear, "Have to stop them. They're coming." And then
Yeah, a bit late for that.
Who specifically? Because we just dealt with 2 giant bugs.
So
Oh,
you
and
say
then
he's
down.
been sleeping for a while now?
He's been sleeping and mumbling in his sleep apparently for 3 weeks, according to Mudfridge.
3 weeks? Jeez.
As you've
What
been
happened to
saying,
him?
they are
you-
coming for 3 weeks. And nobody said anything.
I don't think that they thought it was about Chiaramon. I think they think it's something else. But he does. They think he's kind of just mumbling in his sleep about something horrible that happened to him, and then he's unconscious in a coma.
They need. Is that all he's been doing? Has he said anything else that they're coming? They need to be stopped. Anything else?
Nothing else. He mentioned something about brotherhood, but aside from that, nothing.
Didn't Snymon mention something about a brotherhood of assassins? I misremember that. When we first
Feels
fought him.
familiar, at least.
Yeah, so Snymon actually can't speak.
Ah.
You know about
Oh,
the
right.
But
Brotherhood of
Kawagamon
Assassins.
can.
Kuwagamon
can.
is, but Kuwagamon isn't with the Snymon.
I'm sorry, are you implying that assassins can't talk?
So,
Because that's
Well-
a statement.
Really rude,
You
man.
don't need to talk if you're a
No.
good tool.
So the statement is that our opponents are not sapient, so that we don't have to feel bad about beating them up.
So upon closer
Oh,
inspection
don't worry, I will feel
of
bad anyways.
upon closer inspection of Schneimann's body when you were putting him in the prison, you notice around his neck is a white bandage that seems to shock with black lightning every so often.
Okay,
That makes
fuck,
sense.
That's messed up.
how much downtime do we have? Can I do something about that?
You can try.
Is it unleash your powers?
I guess, but what are you actually doing?
I'm trying to do something about the bond to remove it, disable it, something.
But
After-
how are you doing that? Like it's well and good to say that you're going to do that, but like, what's the method you're employing to do that?
Well, first I'm going to scan it with my visor and see what the hell it's made. If I can spot any circuits, stuff for how it works, and then I'll just use the brain of the person who isn't me. Kagayaki is a tinkerer. He would know how mechanics work.
So you scan it with your visor, and the visor tells you that it's a sort of it's not artificial. It's biological in nature. It's a living thing. This bandage around its neck.
Oh, that's messed up.
What?
It occurs to me that we're in the digital world, and things that are biological here are probably pretty rare. Is it like biological from a digital world sense, or is it biological from like a real world sense?
Biological, as in this is a part of a Digimon.
Okay.
Do we actually know that we're in the digital world?
I
Has anyone
imagine we
told us?
might have got the rundown.
It's
from
pretty
a
obvious.
purpose.
I think that you've barely got told about the digital world before you got reattacked, and I think we'll revisit that in a scene in a second. But yeah, you find out that the bandage isn't artificial and is from a Digimon.
From a Digimon? Can I don't suppose I have a database for what Digimon is from.
Sorry.
Have you tried using these? What did you call them? Digivices. Daisto is going to take out his Digivice, which I have no idea what it looks like, but still. And I'm going to try and scan the part of the Digimon that is, causing whatever it is that is causing this.
That's a good idea.
Okay, so you scan the bandage, and up pops an image of a Digimon you've never seen before. And as you read down the information that it sort of holograms up for you, it says Mummymon, ultimate level Digimon.
Oh, fuck.
Mummymon, Okay,
Zachary is immediately snapped back to reality by seeing that and goes, "Oh, right, okay, this is a thing. I think I'm gonna go lie down over there. Will I process that we're fighting a mummy?"
Mud Frigimon and Leomon's faces immediately harden the moment they see Mummymon appear on your hologram.
Ghostmon.
Oh, he's a known daddy, huh?
And I think Mummymon says, "That's the bastard that killed our leader."
Shit.
You mean Tuchidarumon?
Mud Frigimon says, yeah.
Yeah, Mud Frigimon, sorry. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Tuchidarumon.
Daisto isn't so easily concerned, so he's going to command Ghostmon, or tells Ghostmon to help him. He tries to rip off the bandage.
Whoa. He's not just going to rip it off. Leave that to me. I'm going to see if I can remove it.
No, too late. Daisto is already trying to rip it off, and
you guys can try to interfere with Taisto if you want to.
Yeah, no, I definitely try to interfere.
So to interfere, how do we interfere? I've forgotten how this works. I think you roll.
I do have
6, and on a hit,
I do have influence. I do have influence over Taisto.
Oh, you could abuse your influence over him by.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely abusing my influence over him.
But the alternate is you could roll to defend Mummymon, which is a weird way of putting it.
No, it's more defending the Snymon because we don't know what just ripping it off is going to do to the poor thing.
Yeah. So yeah, let's roll to defend Snymon then.
All right.
Snymon.
Wizardmon, no?
God damn.
Snymon?
Trust me, I don't have anything, right? It's plus savior. I don't have anything.
So because this is like uncharted territory, so for PvP moves, usually the person who's made an action you want to prevent has made a roll themselves, and so getting a hit would usually give them a -2 on the roll. But because you haven't actually made a roll to rip the bandage off and you would have just done it anyway, I'm going to rule that if they get a hit, they stop you and restrain you and stop you from ripping the bandage off. And if they get a miss, then you rip it off and bad things might happen, or maybe good things, who knows.
Do I have a +1 because I have influence over Taisto?
Yes.
Okay. 9.
A 9. Nice. So,
Escalate the situation. He gets pissed.
So it's a mixed result, which means Taisto potentially has a chance to break past you. So Taisto, you go to grab the bandage off of Snaimon's neck, and Kagayaki sort of grabs you and tries to stop you. What's your reaction to that? Like, do you fight him off and continue going to pull it off, or are you more inclined to listen to Kagayaki in this situation?
Taisto thinks that it's obvious to everyone that this bandage is causing bad things to Snaimon. It's in Taisto's mind, the bandage is the source of all the problems. So he's just going to insist that they need to help Snaimon by taking the bandage off, and is going to continue ripping it off. Yes.
Listen to me, damn it!
With the help of Ghostmon.
God damn it!
Zachary, he's just sort of lying down by one of the houses, and he's just like, Taisto, I swear to God, if you tear that off, I'm going to hit you with my shield as soon as I'm done having this panic attack.
I think this is just the quote of the session is, I'm going to hit you with my shield.
Well, lovely group.
Can I give my reasoning for not ripping it off at least?
Sure, try and convince him.
Stop. Wait. We don't know
we need to help Snaimon. We need to help
Yes,
Snaimon.
leave that to me. Don't just rip it off. If you rip it off and he dies, it's on you.
I'm pretty sure that by this point something has probably happened to the bandage, or someone has been tackled to the ground or something like that.
Yeah, I think Kagyaki's...
It shouldn't take.
He's 2 years older than you, right? Kagyaki's 2 years older than you, so he's probably wrestled you to the ground and told you to stop.
And I'm also well built.
I have Ghostmon to help me.
Could you, Kagayaki, quickly roll to provoke Taisto, and then Taisto can get Ghostmon to do something potentially.
Superior. Right? Yeah, superior. Okay. Got them. +3 because I have influence still. Let's see. 12.
Cool. So on a 10+, for a player character, if they don't do what you tell them to do, they have to mark a condition. If they do what you're telling them not to do, then they don't have to mark a condition. But if they continue, then they mark a condition to do it.
Listen to me. We are going to remove it, just not in. Let me just try to remove it in a safe way.
Does Taisto continue?
Well, I mean, I'm still unclear if Taisto has been actually wrestled to the ground where he's unable to do it or not.
Well, I mean, you've got Ghostmon still, so you could probably just go tell Ghostmon to do it.
I mean, if you mark a condition, you sort of gain the strength to break out and go do the thing against everyone else's wishes.
I think Ghostmon is still going to continue with Taisto's plan because why not?
Can Dorman do something about that?
Taisto is going to be angry. Taisto is going to get angry at Kagayaki for trying to stop him from helping Snaimon.
Cool.
Because Taisto saw that Snaimon trying to flee for its life, and then the bandage zapped it, and then it rushed back to try to kill him. So obviously it's doing bad things and needs to be removed as fast as possible.
Do you maybe yell something hurtful out towards Kagayaki in your anger? Because one of the conditions of resolving
I think, yeah,
lash out.
yeah, I think, yeah, I don't think Daisto is actually very good at, saying hurtful things, but he's going to probably, scream in impotent rage as he's trying to help. Well, not necessarily in impotent rage, but he's going to be angry because he wants to help Snaimon, and and Kagayaki is trying to stop him from doing that.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to stoop to the level of screaming anything hurtful.
Okay, so
at least not yet.
I think you get Ghostmon to do it for you.
Yeah.
Roll to unleash your powers, so it's plus unique.
Oh God. Oh boy. This is
And I
never
want
gonna
you to
work.
also roll with disadvantage because you're technically doing it to an ultimate level Digimon.
All right. Success rolls and.
So it's 3d6.
I think it's I'm just trying to figure out how to drop the highest, but whatever. You can just check the result.
Yeah, I don't really know how you do that.
Yeah. Okay. So it's 2.
Yeah. So I think Ghostmon fires like a plasma beam
Jesus Christ!
at the bandage on the neck, and lightning arcs out and hits Ghostmon.
This is fun.
Not again.
Again.
Well,
I think it makes you insecure because you've put Ghostmon in danger twice now for your own reckless behavior, which is very in character for you, by the way. Also because you rolled a failure, mark potential.
Can I punch Taisto?
Yeah.
I punch Taisto.
You fucking what, mate?
Can you fucking listen to me for 5 seconds? I'm telling you, I will remove it. Give me time. Are you trying to kill him?
Damn.
So while you two are like scrapping and punching each other on the floor and yelling at each other, I'm gonna like cut over to Sonia and Pablo because we haven't really spoken to them in a while. What are you doing?
If they're going to punch each other now, I'm probably going to say stop it, stop fighting, and probably have Philemon soothe them or make them sleep because enough is enough. Go sleep now.
Yeah. I was gonna say Simon gets in the middle of them and tries to separate them, but that also works.
Okay, so one of you give me, I guess it's an Unleash Your Powers roll to put them to sleep.
Unleash your powers. It's unique. Ooh. And I'm +2.
See?
I think
So it should be.
Pablo, for Gazimon, would he not like enjoy the fights rather than want to break it up? Like he's always in it for a good fight, isn't he?
That's a good point. That's a good point, actually.
So maybe Pablo tries to break them up, and like Gazimon's like, no, wait, kids, they're fighting. Like this is like a man's thing. Like the pride's on the line. Don't interrupt type thing.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
+2. Yeah. So oof.
Ouch.
Oh, that's barely enough.
Yeah,
I think.
on a 7, you succeed in putting them to sleep. But for some reason, it's unstable or temporary in some way.
It's fine.
So basically,
it doesn't need to be.
The moment they wake back up, they will start fighting like cat and dog again. It's basically
So now we should probably split them up while they're out of it.
Zachary gets up and like dusts himself off. He's finished with his panic attack, probably.
Good.
And he's like has his shield like, all right, I have a shield. I could probably like break them up, and I guess if they wake up and start fighting again, I have a shield. I don't know.
I feel like every second sentence from Zachary now is going to be, I have a shield.
You gave him a shield. That is now his character.
Now, son, I'm going to be your shield.
Riveting character development.
Like by the end of this like campaign, he's going to be Reinhardt.
Correct. Also, I may or may not have my alternate evolution incorporate a shield in some way.
Cool, yeah, that's fine.
Cherubimon, but with big shield.
Cool. So yeah, how do you keep them separated so that when they eventually, probably within about 10 minutes, wake back up, don't start punching each other again?
I just sort of like I pick up Kagayaki. Pick up's a strong word. I'm dragging him across the ground away from Taisto. Like, alright, let's make sure that you don't beat him up anymore, because I know you would win, and we don't need this.
Excuse you.
You are asleep.
Cool. So you successfully split them up and put them in separate rooms, and like I think like maybe you send some of the villagers to sort of speak to them when they wake up. I think Taisto, like Leomon, is guarding his body while he sleeps. And
Is Snaimon conscious?
Snaimon is not conscious now.
Dang. All right.
Why would you? I mean, I can make it so he's conscious and retcon that if you're going to do something interesting with it.
I was going to try to like support and comfort him, see if we could like get him enough on our side to where we could get to where he could tell us something useful.
Yeah. So from what you could tell, from what Kagayaki might have been yelling out during the fight, this bandage around his neck is causing him to be very berserk, and he's not able to rationalize anything at the moment.
Dang.
So until you get that off, you're not getting anything out of him, basically.
But would removing it cause it to hurt the Snaimon anyway?
That was literally the exact issue that we brought up. Let's not start fighting over that again.
Yeah.
It's not fighting, but like, is there a way to know?
I mean,
I guess when
the moment that you tried to remove it, like the person removing it got zapped, it probably tells you it's guarded by some
What if we tried to heal the area that's affected by the bandage? Maybe that would cause it to be removed. I don't know. I think the best option would be to wait for Kagayaki to wake up and then make an informed decision based off of whatever he assesses.
Probably, yeah.
And that's what Zachary would do. He's
That
not here
sounds
for making
alright.
decisions.
Yeah, that seems alright.
So I think we'll cut to like 10 minutes later. Taisto wakes up in a random, barely scathed house from the conflict, with a Leomon sat on a rock next to him with his arms folded.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Taisto basically bolts into a half upright position, so he's like into a sitting position, and scans for Ghostmon's presence in the room. There is Ghostmon in the room as well.
You like scan around the room, and Leomon goes, "Oh, good, you're up. Here, drink this," and hands you like a really dirty looking mug of water. And then as you grab the cup and you keep looking for Ghostmon, you just hear boo behind you, and you spill the water everywhere. And Ghostmon's like, I got you. And he's just been behind you the whole time. And it's like, wow, I didn't realize a human's eyes turn black like that. That's pretty cool.
Black?
I think that Zachary probably is like,
Is
how comfy
Are
do
you
you
okay?
think that Zachary's shield is? Like, as a bed?
It's a carapace. It's not comfortable.
It's
dang.
It's not comfortable at all. Kagayaki wrote on that thing. It's hard as hell.
Kagayaki did not ride on my shield. Oh wait, no, he rode on
It's a
Kawaki.
carapace. It's a carapace.
But to be fair, it's
Yeah.
a shedded carapace, so maybe it's more comfortable.
So
No,
I
it'd be
don't
worse.
think that's how
It'd be a
characters
lot
work.
worse.
So
don't know.
Leomon,
Anyway,
Taisto, you're in a separate room
Taisto-
to everybody else right now. Just so you're aware.
Yeah. Yes, Taisto is going to after he gets his wits back about him after being scared shitless by Ghostmon. Is Ghostmon okay? Are you okay? Did you get hurt?
He's like, it's nothing I can't scrape off, boss. And he shows you his what's the physiology of a Ghostmon like? Does
I
he
guess
have
he's just made of
arms?
energy, right? Like,
Yeah,
I think
basically,
he
but-
has like a small like it looks like a plasmic cut on him, and he burns the cut and it just disappears back into his body, and he's like, see, good as new.
I'm
And,
sorry you got hurt. I'm sorry you got hurt by me. I It should have been me. I'm really sorry. It should have been me who got hurt, not you.
I think Leomon takes this opportunity, and he says, no one would have had to have been hurt if you'd just taken 2 seconds to think about your actions before running in head first. Sometimes it pays to take in the environment and sort of see what you can use to your advantage so that nobody else will get hurt. You were reckless out there. Should have been better than that.
Damn, roasted.
I expected more from a Digidestined.
Ooh.
I couldn't help it. I saw someone. I saw that Snaiman was destroying the village. I saw that Snaiman was being hurt. I couldn't help it. I had to help.
I think he's trying to raise your superior or lower your reckless. Are you denying that, or would you accept that that's something that Taisto would agree with, that he was reckless and could have done better?
Is he trying to increase superior or savior?
Superior.
What is he trying to? Superior. Okay. Well, yeah, I suppose Taisto agrees that he was being a bit reckless, especially since Ghostmon got hurt.
Just a tiny bit.
I think Ghostmon, on the other hand, is just like, don't listen to him, boss. You did the right thing. You ran in and you saved people. You beat the big bad, and that's what matters.
Oh, but you got hurt. He's right. I should have thought about it first.
I got hurt, but the fight was awesome, man. You saw me out there, right? I blasted a Schneimon in the back.
It's true. You did. You said you helped. You helped a lot. You saved everyone. I just wish I could. It didn't have to come at your own cost.
It's no harm done on me, man.
so I
Leomon's
imagine
like-
Kagayaki's awake, right?
Yeah, Kagayaki's now awake. He's in
Okay.
the room with you, and I think Gotsumon was watching him, but he bolts upright as well.
What
Hello.
happened?
Let's say we helped you
First,
calm down a bit.
We chloroformed you.
I mean, I guess.
I was perfectly calm.
You weren't. You were attacking him, and I know you would have won that
You gave
fight.
him a black eye.
Anyway.
We're not calm.
I think
I'll give him a mother if he tries to kill the Snymon again.
I think Cutemon leans in and is like, Kagayaki, next time you see him, you give that guy a massive punch in the face from me. That was so
Cutemon?
cool. Yeah.
Your head shield.
I'm sorry.
Calm down, calm down. I'm not going to through this again.
So I have an idea about how we can try to help Snymon. Because Cutemon can heal people. Maybe even if removing the bandage would hurt him, we can minimize the damage done to him.
Okay, first I have to figure out the way to actually remove it properly, and not just tear it off!
Does he yell that loud enough for Tyson to hear on the other side of the village?
Probably
No,
not.
it's more of a loud. It's a loud mumble, really.
A loud mumble. Okay, so he doesn't hear anything.
Okay, yeah. I have to go over to the Simon and start inspecting it like now.
Okay, so what do you want to find out about this Schneimon?
I want to figure out everything I can figure out about the band, basically, and how to properly remove it. I also pull my visor down my eye, in front of my eyes. I wear my protective gloves.
So,
So
from your readings, it looks like a very high energy current is running through this bandage, meaning if anything else touches it, they get shocked. It seems
Okay.
to operate on like a remote frequency, and someone is sending signals to it to control the Schneemon's actions. Presumably Mummymon.
Can I
and
ground it somehow?
To get rid of this bandage, you would have to shock it with an equal and opposite force to the electric current running through it.
Okay, I have a
Hmm.
very dumb idea.
Oh no. Fuck.
So, Cutemon can shoot specifically ultrasonic blasts. So, what if I could try to get Cutemon to match the frequency of the bandage? I don't know. This is a very dumb idea. I am willing to take whatever consequence comes from attempting to do this.
I love how it.
Out of character as a someone who knows something about physics, that causes me, physical pain.
Don't worry.
Good.
Yeah, I
Okay.
I mean,
I li-
frequencies are just energy, and ultrasound is just the wiggling of air making
no.
energy and frequencies, right?
This is some anime science right here, man.
Well,
I
to
love
be
how
fair,
the plan was like, let's tear the bandage, let's heal the bandage, and now let's yell at the bandage. That's gonna.
let's yell at the bandage.
Okay.
I think I was trying to say something and I can't hear him. Go
Oh
ahead.
no, sorry.
No, go ahead. I thought you were.
No, I wasn't saying anything. I was just doing something else. Sorry.
Okay, sorry, no worries. I thought you were trying to say something.
Okay, so can we? There's a Wizardman, right? And there's a current running through the band-aid. So since he's a mage, does anyone know if he can actually use, electricity?
I mean, there isn't any
Go what?
electricity in this village because it's basically a camp, and their old village got destroyed by the same Digisassassins.
So what?
Ultrasonic waves.
I'm asking about the Wizardman that we have here.
I think
Who
he's
is
still
asleep?
unconscious.
He's unconscious. Still.
He's in a coma.
He's in a coma.
Okay, do we have anything I can use for that?
Maybe we could try to ultrasonic blast him awake.
Like, I can imagine Kagayaki having a pocket generator in his backpack, but like, I'm not sure how much energy that actually has, since it's a pocket one.
That sounds like some anime bullshit. I think that would work.
Yeah, bullshit.
Like, I don't think it would actually have enough energy.
We're not here for realism.
So sorry, what did you have in your pocket? Sorry.
I'm an inventor, and I do a lot of gadgets and stuff, so I need a way to generate electricity on me. So I have, like, a huge battery.
Okay, yeah,
On
sure.
my
Because
backpack.
your ability is you have 2 gadgets on you when you get a chance to restock supplies and stuff. So we can say you have 2 on you right now, and you use 1, and it's this battery.
Okay.
So do you want to roll Unleash Your Power with plus Superior to try and use that gadget, or are you going to do something else with it first?
Did I successfully? I didn't successfully defend it, so I didn't get things. I'm hearing myself. Okay, so I didn't successfully defend the Snymon, right?
You got like a 7, so it's like a mixed success.
So can I do the take influence over him to choose a +1?
I'm afraid not. He's unconscious, so he doesn't know you saved him.
Oh
So
well.
that doesn't make sense.
Would I be able to maybe use a team to assist him? Like, because
Okay.
I've helped Kagayaki with his inventions before, so maybe I have some clue about what's happening.
Yeah, sure. So
Right. Do we use the team before or after the roll?
you use a team before the roll, unless you're using it selfishly.
For the roll. So it's effectively a +3. I just need not to suck up the dice.
Just so you're aware, guys, you have one team left.
Okay.
I thought we had
Okay.
3 teams.
Yeah, but one was used during the fight.
Okay,
Yep.
so we use one team and we raise it from a +2 to a +3. Alright.
Yep.
And now we hope for the best.
Drum roll.
11.
Please.
Oh,
Hey,
okay, okay.
Cool.
I
So,
am not going to get potential
Nice.
today.
so when you unleash your powers and you get a full hit, you do it. You do whatever it is you set out to do with no drawbacks. So, do you want to describe what that looks like?
Alright, I was actually thinking that the battery would overheat or something. Since that would make perfect sense.
Yeah, because you're using up
But
the gadget, so you
No
can't use it again.
consequence. But I don't know quite how that works. Actually, let me look at the play.
So I basically grab a few wires, I connect the battery to the band carefully. I am using rubber protection so I don't get shocked personally, and then I just start trying to do things. Connect, I turn it on, I overcharge it, and wow, hearing myself is weird. And then it overcharges and they both go poof, basically,
Cool.
at the same time.
Yeah, so your battery goes and a bit of smoke comes out the top, and then
Yeah, and
the bandage
with
just falls off the neck as if it was literally paper.
I mean,
So-
isn't it literally paper?
It's living paper.
I don't like that. Does it crawl away?
Style.
It sort of
So, yeah.
spasms on the floor.
I,
Yeah.
you know, I give out a
Zach just starts stomping on it like, oh god.
I give out a cheer for that. Fuck yeah, yes!
Clap, 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 clap.
Right.
Success.
So is Snaimon awake now, or is he still
he's
unconscious?
still unconscious.
Dang.
So what happened to the bandage? Sorry,
We tried it, and now it's on the ground.
is it doing anything?
It's squirming, and I don't like it, so I'm stomping on it.
All right. Well, I think
You-
Daisto has been let out of reckless jail by now. So
Well, as long as he doesn't do anything, I don't mind him
Yeah,
being there.
so
So-
Leomon's leading you back over to where everyone else is, and he's saying,
And-
I'm glad you managed to calm yourself down. It takes a big person to be the bigger man.
As we approach the rest of the group, I think Ghostman would just basically appear out of invisibility as the bandage gets tossed on the ground and just try to little plasmate to destroy it as it squirms on the ground.
So Zachary is also stomping this thing. Like, oh god, what is this?
So Zachary's
So-
stomping, and then Ghostmon sets it on fire, and then Zachary's shoes on fire, and then Zachary has flashbacks to his house being on fire.
Wait, character trait. Character
I
trait
don't
time.
think
Zachary has severe pyrophobia.
I don't think that Zachary's shoe would catch on fire necessarily.
Yeah. He is no longer stomping on it as soon as it is on fire. He is now backing away from it
Well,
rather quickly.
there's a fire ghost that just appears next to his foot, and I think he would probably stop stomping on it as soon as that happens. And then
No
it-
part
then
of
there's
this is
the
pleasant
little
for
bug.
Zachary. How about that?
Yeah.
But at least he has a shield.
He does have a shield. That is his one solace in this whole digital world, is that he has a cool shield now.
I'm just imagining it being this big red shield, but it's the part of the shield on Quagamon's head that looks like a big black target.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you're basically just painting yourself as a target.
Why not?
What could go wrong?
Yes, you burn the bandage. Kagayaki, did you want him to burn that bandage? Like, maybe it would have been useful for some sciencey stuff or something.
I am willing to let that one slide.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I think you got all the scanning of it done that you could do when it was on Snymon.
Yeah, but inactive state could also be useful.
So yeah, you freed Snymon. Do you want to wake him up? Do you potentially
Yes.
he's still at risk. You don't know he's going to be.
Isn't he still tied up?
useful. I mean, he's tied up, but he's huge.
We
Can
beat
we-
him once before, and now all 5 of us are willing to beat him up. So I think that waking him up is a smart move.
Okay.
Well, does he look like he's in a condition to wake up safely?
Yeah, he's able to wake up safely. And I think maybe Cutemon does it. Like, you go, Cutemon, shield, and he's like, okay, I'll do it.
I hope our relationship eventually evolves beyond do the thing or shield.
Do the thing, or I will physically abuse you. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's like emotional abuse on one side and physical abuse on the other side.
To be fair, he did give me a concussion, so I think we're even.
10 years from now, but you gave me a concussion that one time, remember?
So Snymon wakes up, and you see his antennae on his head, which were curled up, straighten out and vibrate a little. And he's like, he's basically he's sensing everyone in the room around him. And he tries to raise his arms, which then get caught on the rope that they're tied in.
No. Calm.
And he starts
Are you okay?
struggling and panicking a little bit.
Don't.
Hey, Snymon, look.
We're
I know
friends
that
here.
we may have beat you up, and that probably wasn't pleasant for you, but you did try to murder us. So,
Can someone actually comfort it?
Zachary, not
His antennae
What helpful
shake
is it,
again, and he's like, I would never try and hurt you.
Aren't you a member of the
Oh.
Digital Assassins?
Digi Assassins? No. I'm an antivirus.
Huh. So, do you know this guy named Mummymon?
There are
Yes.
better ways to break the news, but sure.
He's one of the biggest viruses in this area of the digital world.
Cool.
Me
He
and-
apparently mind controlled you to try to murder us and our partners. Not a great start of our relationship, but since you didn't mean it, I will forgive you.
Since
I'm
no
surprised
harm
you're
was
still
done.
alive.
Zachary. Let's agree that you will never have you won't handle the integrations from now on, okay?
No, I think I'm good at this.
No, I definitely agree with Taisto.
I'm surprised you're all still alive. I was literally
Wow.
created to hunt down and destroy any targets I'm given.
Again, thanks, I guess.
You said you would never harm us, though, but you were created for this? Hmm.
He
We are
his-
just that good.
He shakes
You
his
ha-
antenna again and is like, is Gyramon here?
Chiaramon?
He's...
Leomon, do you know Garamon?
Pardon, sir?
He asked Leomon if he remembers.
Tries to ask Leomon if Leomon knows a Gyramon.
He's like, I've heard of him. He's a net keeper. Someone who maintains order in the digital world by destroying viruses that would be problematic. I've never met him myself, though. And then
He's
Schleimon's
not
like,
here.
so he's not here. And he looks quite relieved and at the same time a little upset. I think
Who?
he's maybe embarrassed by his being captured.
Who
Oh.
was the leader of the village before they were killed by Mummymon?
We haven't decided, but I'm happy for you guys to pick an ultimate level Digimon that may have led the village and died at Mummimon's hands.
I mean, I'm sure Iva wants us to be Master Tyrannomon, but
I mean,
Yeah, it was a Master Tyrannomon though. Let's see.
I'm open for suggestions. I was leaving it open so that we could play to find out, but if you guys want to just pick
We
someone,
can find out. We can find out later.
I don't mind. I don't mind
actually.
if you're going to do something with it now. Feel free to name a Digimon.
I don't think there's.
maybe it could be Pandamon, because like
That's
if
a
the
good one.
next one,
Chiaramon.
if the next one in line was Tuchidaramon, then it would make sense that the ultimate level of Tuchidaramon would be the leader of the village before them.
Yeah,
And there are a lot of beasts.
yeah, Pandamon's fine by me.
You say a lot of beasts, but Pandamon.
Well, yeah, but
Pandamon is
It's
wearing
To be fair,
Pandamon is a beast.
Tuchidaramon's a mutant, so it's not like that's any more weird.
Yeah, so is Pandamon. It's that it doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah.
So why did you want to know the ex-leader?
I don't know.
Curiosity,
would they-
probably.
What were they like? Why would Mummymon want to take them down, and how did they do that?
So I think we have like a flat, like in the anime type thing. Like I think that like Leomon and Mud Frigimon begin discussing what happened, and we have like a flashback to the old village they used to have.
Flashback.
It's like it all started.
Flashback.
It all started 4 weeks ago. Weeks ago.
I remember it like it was 5 seconds ago.
So there's like a really like a flashback to like a really peaceful village with like mud huts and like there's like a steam engine that goes through the middle of the town, and all the Gotsumon and Wanimons and Bearmons are having fun. When suddenly Schneimon and Mummymon and Ogamon attack the city. And there's a bit of a commotion and about all the rookies and in trainings escape with Mud Frigimon, whilst Pandamon stays behind to fight Mummymon, and Leomon stays behind to hold off Ogamon. And Schneimon gets sent off, presumably to try and track down your partners. It seemed like they were there as a job, like someone had hired them. And I think I know what happened. So I think there was a fierce battle between Pandamon and Mummymon whilst Ogamon and Schneimon were distracted. And no, even better. I think there was a fierce battle between Pandamon and Arukenimon, and Pandamon killed Arukenimon.
Well, I think you just
So-
kind of spoiled the main villain.
No. I'm telling this on the fly. So I think Pandamon killed Arukenimon, and so Mummymon, as revenge,
Yeah,
killed
but
Pandamon.
they were hired. They hired both a Mummymon and an Arukenimon. Come on.
Yeah, that's
That's
Look,
terribly
as long as we don't
convenient.
have fucking Vandamon again, I'm fine with it. Please no Vandamon.
I haven't decided on a main villain, so if it happens to be a Myotis when it happens to be one, but
Please no. Please no.
but for now,
No more.
we've got
Please be
Mummymon-
surprised.
For now, we've got Mummymon and Arukenimon. And Arukenimon, in this flashback, gets killed by Pandamon as he fights her. Mummymon sees this, shoots his gun at him, and blows a hole in the middle of Pandamon and destroys him in rage. And that's all Leomon saw before he could drive away Ogamon and run for wherever Mud Frigimon was taking the others to safety. the village was destroyed, and ever since they've been on the run. But it seems like somebody's paid them to attack Pandamon and attack you. Now, this is something that you wrote in the chat earlier, but what currency do they use in this world? Maybe like
I was just wondering, how would one go about paying a Snymon to be a professional assassin?
I'm wondering
Because you mentioned that he was a professional.
I'm wondering if there's money.
$50, of course.
Like bits, like from the video games, or whether it's like they're paid in food or luxuries.
They're paid in cookies.
Like what do you think?
Cookies are the currency.
What do you think the currency of the digital world is?
Bits, Digigend or something on.
I mean, I'm happy to go with bits, but
Bits is not expensive.
The currency is cookies, and you try to figure out the value of a cookie by how much personal information it contains of people who have browsed social media.
God damn it. Okay. Well,
alternatively, instead of bits, they could be paid in data. So the person paying them could give them
That's
data
what a bit
which
is.
would help them evolve or get more power.
Yeah,
It is.
Like, do this for me and I'll help you evolve.
So we are on our way to become the richest people in the
Let's
digital
go.
world.
I mean, you are heroes technically.
Brax.
I think this is also a prime time for Leomon to sort of sit you down and tell you the legend of the Digidestined and
Oh, that's good.
run you
I was
off
going
the
to
whole
ask
spiel.
about that.
So, basically, in ancient times, there was there was a group of hero Digimon known as the Vortex Warriors who fended off the evils of the world. But one day, those heroes disappeared and were never seen from again, and the digital world
my money's on them being the main villains.
The digital world was plunged into chaos.
I think they revive into partners.
Because of the lack of heroes, all hope was lost, and the virus Digimon started making their move to reclaim the digital world, because they're very, very repressed and shunned because of their nature.
Hey, that's not nice to virus types.
Exactly.
Oh.
They're human too. Well, they're Digimon too. But
they're humans.
There was a legend left behind by the Vortex Warriors leader that one day a group of humans would appear in the digital world with the power to bestow evolution upon their chosen Digimon. And that when the time was right, these chosen Digimon would know what to do. And then
Well, from the sounds of it, that time isn't right because Cutemon doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, it sounds like
Cutemon's not actually a chosen one. He just kind of came in too because why not?
It sounds like Snymon sped up your meeting with your partner by a few digi years.
So what? I guess we probably wouldn't know. I asked Kagayaki, "Hey, do you have any way of accessing information from our world here? Like, do you have like a phone or a laptop or something that has internet access? Do we have internet here? I don't even know what's going on."
Well, my visor has internet access, but does it actually work still? I haven't tried.
You're one with the internet now.
Yeah, I think the internet does work because you're technically in the internet.
Oh shit, it works.
Faster now.
Okay, so my question is, what kind of time dilation there is? Like,
let me check the paper. A huge accident at local fortress. Okay, that's not important. So.
Yeah, there's just like listings of children missing in explosion.
How long ago was the explosion? Because for us it was like a couple hours ago.
I don't know.
I mean, I'll leave that up to you, Kagayaki, because
I don't know. It doesn't really have to have a huge time dilation, really.
I was just wondering if there was any. Maybe it's in the other direction. Maybe more time has passed in our world than it has here.
Well, having it be the same time could push us forward to actually finishing this quickly instead of taking our time.
I mean, to
Since we
be fair,
are
if it was the
gone,
other way around, wouldn't that push us more? Because if days pass every hour we're here.
I think it makes sense for
If
to run
it's
time
been
faster
hours
in
to
the
us,
digital world, but that's just me.
What? Sorry.
if time it's the same. If time is run faster in the digital world, that means that they probably, depending on how much faster they may not have even be able to actually report it yet.
Yeah, but I mean, if time
Report the
if time,
news. I mean,
if time runs slower in the digital world, you guys have really bad internet in Helsinki.
sorry. What?
That's my logic. Like, the information isn't moving as fast as real life.
Oh, I guess that, yeah.
I like it being the same time, like no time difference.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, so I think there's like there's like a small.
I don't think anyone's
very
going to
fast
be
news
at
blog
all
that's been
worried
put
that
up.
we're going to be missing for months.
Yeah, that's the thing. Since it moves at the same pace, we are not to move forward a lot. While if it was like Adventure 1, we'd be like, okay, we can chill. We'll be missing for like 1 day.
Yeah, so we'll go with it being the same time, which means that if you ever do return to the real world, you're probably going to have a lot of explaining to do.
I found this rabbit and he kidnapped me.
Hey, I did no such thing.
You don't have evidence to support that theory.
So we met a bunch of strays,
Wow.
and they took us on a journey. They taught us so many things.
So I found a stray cat, and then I went missing for a month, basically.
Yeah, basically,
He was like this really weird buff dude in a cat suit. He was wearing tight pants, shirtless.
tight pants.
Jesus Christ.
So we should probably Snymon.
So is
So you don't-
Snymon, you put a lot of people, sorry, Digimon, in danger, and you're lucky we were able to stop you. But now you need to tell us what we need to know so we can move on. We need to. At that point, Daisto is just on board with it already. But as soon as he says like you need to, or we need to, he just takes a look at the others and then kind of reservedly says that we need to make sure that Mamimon doesn't hurt anyone else. Yes. Yes, you need to help us.
I'll do what I can. What do you need from me?
Good question.
What was the last
do you
thing
know?
What was the last thing you remember? Where were you before? Because you don't remember attacking the village. You just know that you did it because we told you, right?
I was flying over. What continent are we in right now? Are we going to say something
One
like
of them.
File Island, or is it something a bit more abstract that we never explored?
Terabyte planes.
Like, yeah, Terabyte Plains or something.
I like Terabyte Plains.
That's a good name.
Cool. So he was flying over. Well,
Gigabyte
it isn't
Plains.
really a plains; it's more of a jungle. But we'll say
That is not the point.
he was flying over Terabyte Plains, and he flew
But where-
through Gigabyte Jungle.
We can be
And-
cheeky. We can be cheeky. We can have it be the planes as in the layers of reality,
Yeah.
not a grass plane.
Yeah, just a plane of jungle. But he was flying over the jungle, and basically, he describes that he doesn't see through eyes. He like gestures that he has no eyes, and that he sees through the antennae on his head, and his antenna let him detect virus-type Digimon that may be causing trouble. and he detected Ogremon. And Ogremon was basically bullying a bunch of rookie-type Digimon. And so it was flying in to protect them. And then out of nowhere, a bandage wrapped around his throat, and that he woke up here.
Do you know where exactly this was in Terabyte Plains? Because that seems like a good a place to start investigating as any.
I don't even know where I am right now.
You're in Chiaramon. What's the name of the village?
Icon Village.
You're in Icon Village right now, in this jungly place right by Koagamon's nest. Hi, Koagamon. Thanks for the shield.
Icon Village, huh? It'll be about 2 miles north towards the ocean.
Well, that's not so bad. That's a little bit of a trek, but I thought it was going to be, like, across the
2
ocean.
miles isn't bad.
Oh, we can do that in like a few hours.
Yeah, I guess we're going to go look, because that...
2 miles takes like an hour at max.
We
Yeah.
have children, in fairness.
You are 10 years old, yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
Between
We're 14.
Between 9
We
and
are-
14.
We are 12 to 15.
Before
Well,
we leave... I think now we have...
Daisto grew up, playing in forests. He's used to this shit.
Yeah, Taisto and Kagayaki can take it easily.
So I
Then how about
imagine
the
that
others?
before we head out, we have some downtime.
Yeah.
Can Kagayaki turn my shield into also a skateboard?
I'm not sure how good an idea that is, because the point of
know-
the rollerblades is to be convenient.
Yeah, but... Rollerblade shield.
At this point, you could just duct tape Cuteman on the shield. Yeah.
Okay,
Hoverboard time.
I can try to make it like have a mechanism that locks it into the wheels.
So it's like a shield, and then at a moment's notice, I can pop it out into a skateboard for
Yeah,
rollerblading
because
purposes.
otherwise it just removes the entire point of the rollerblades.
No, it's just the rollerblades, but now it's also my shield. It's the...
Yeah, so during our downtime, I take it and I do a few modifications. I obviously make it easier to grab onto. Since right now it is just a
probably had
carapace.
like a strap or something, because I realized that Zachary's probably like holding it with both hands all this time.
Yeah, and grabbing it from the side kind of removes the purpose of the shield since your fingers are exposed.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
yeah.
So,
While they do that, I'd like to ask the level 4s, the big boys, if they any of them know of a way to get home, maybe, because no one brought it up, but they seem fine. But Sonia, I'm guessing, would be a little bit worried about living without warning anyone in the real world or anything.
So I think they have no idea how you got here. You just sort of
Yeah,
appeared
figured.
out of the blue, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, the legend's true!" And then they went and saved you. I think I think Kagayaki knows more than anyone about how you got here, but it's getting home is difficult probably. Otherwise, you could just open a portal and go home now, which would sort of end the campaign prematurely. So yeah, I think you don't know the way home. I don't think the Digimon know how you got here either. You just sort of appeared in a lightning flash.
Fair enough,
with
fair enough.
Chiaramon went through a portal. You do notice though that as you're speaking to the rookies in trainings of the village, they're keeping a really wide berth of Pilomon and sort of hiding behind you as they talk to you.
What's going on here? Is there some bullying? No bullies around, okay? Be nice. What is this?
We're not
Like-
being funny, mister, but you know the legends about Pilomon, right?
No, actually, we don't know
We've
very
been
much.
here for 3 hours. You tell me.
We know there's a shield here, apparently. It's a
Yes,
pretty cool
there's
shield.
a shield and some giant bugs that tried to murder us, but are actually really nice.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
he's a monster. He's dangerous. He could go berserk at any minute.
But
He
no,
literally
look
makes
at them.
people. He literally makes people sleep. I
Yeah.
don't buy that.
So cute.
Maybe
Look
it
at
makes
him.
people sleep forever.
It's just an urban legend, but you can't blame us for being cautious.
Well,
think,
yeah, it's a legend. How many
think-
times do they become real? Huh.
I think
Pretty much never.
They look at you and then look over at a tapestry of like 5 children on a wall. And
I
look
mean-
back at you.
Could be anyone, really.
And then
Besides that one time.
I think Pilomon
That's true,
looks,
you say.
Pilomon looks really uncomfortable with the situation and a bit unhappy that he's being so feared, and it's raising your reckless and lowering your savior, because your labels are sort of through your Digimon, because you're trying to save him rather than
Mm-hmm.
so he's being made out to be this horrible monster and not one of the saviors of the world. By
Could
these
just help
rookie
us.
Digimon. So
Oh.
you can shift your reckless up and save you down, or reject that and show them he's not a monster in some way.
Well, I'd like to show it how cuddly he is. Look. He's not hurting anyone. Look.
Actually, Sonia, thinking about it, it seems like legends do hold a lot of weight in this world. There might be some credence to
Come
what you're saying.
on. Come on, Zach.
This
I would
tapestry literally shows a guy with a red shield with a pink bunny beside him.
So the shield was predetermined, huh?
Yes, the shield was part of Zachary's fate.
This is part of his character now.
There's like one with like a red shield and a bunny next to him. There's another with like a beast next to him with like these big goggles on. There's another with another set of goggles on his foreheads, standing side by side, what looks like a ghost. And then there's
There's a mod that will appear at some point in the future.
yeah.
Where is this tapestry? What? So it's
It's
is it,
it's strung up
I
in
imagine-
like the leader's hut type thing.
all
Yeah,
right.
like in the townhouse or whatever.
Yeah, but I was just trying to get a sense if it's like on like people height, or if it's like hung up somewhere out of reach.
It's people height.
All right. Okay, well, Daisto is gonna take a closer look, and as he sees, like, you said that it depicts him with the goggles on his forehead.
Yes.
All right, he's gonna just reach out and kind of touch that part. He's pretty lost in thought, but he gets over it, and continues with his daily life, which is
You also notice
not very
something
daily, to be honest.
really strange. So you like look at each of the people, and they sort of correspond to you and your partners. And then you look at the one that would correspond to Sonia, and you see the little girl.
Uh-oh.
And then next to her, you see what looks like a fluffy cloud, but then there's like an aura around that cloud of like this dark, monstrous-looking thing.
Foreshadowing.
I get it because it's shadow.
Are there
Yeah,
are there any other like shadows for anyone else? Is it
I
just
imagine
for
that-
Sonia?
Just
I imagine that we'd all have like a mega shadow. I think that'd be neat.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
So like, there's a
But
giant
what
bird.
are the megas or the ultimates?
But like, there's a giant bird behind Cutemon or whatever. I don't know.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what we actually end up with this. I assume that you're allowed to change what you want to evolve into, even afterwards.
Yeah, you'd have to predetermine your line at all. Just
Yeah.
like as you digivolve, you can just go right. I want to be this one, and you do it. But yeah, so they're making Pilomon feel very dangerous right now, rather than like a hero. And I'm assuming you want to reject that, right? So
Yeah.
do you want to give me a roll of 2d6 to reject their influence?
Okay. Plus anything or
No pluses, it's just a straight 2d6.
okay, please. 10.
Nice.
Oh.
So, when you reject influence on a 10, let me see. So it says here, you can choose two of the following options. You can clear a condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong. You can shift one label up and one label down of your choice as you tell Pilomon how you think he actually is. Or you can cancel the village's influence over you and Pilomon and take 1+1 forward against any move against them in the future.
Well, I'd like to prove them wrong first, since Pilomon saved everyone by making them asleep and helped the little ones gather around to safety. That's the most important bit, to prove them that they don't need to be afraid of the little Pilomon. And Pilomon seems afraid also, so look, you're just making Pilomon feel bad. That's sad.
Cool. So, do you want to clear a condition or mark potential? I don't know if you have any conditions marked at the moment.
I do not.
So potential.
I don't know if I. Potential, yeah.
Yeah.
Potential. Go.
So you mark potential. How do you prove them wrong?
How do I?
I mean, Pilomon just proved that he's a pretty nice guy by breaking up the fight between Taisto and Kagayaki.
Yeah.
Like, he clearly doesn't like fighting.
It's true. Someone could have been really hurt by that, you know?
Yeah.
And he helped everyone.
I don't know.
Look.
I mean, I agree with you. He's not bad now, but legends have a lot of power in this world, at least from what we can see. There might be something that shows later he'll become some sort of dangerous creature.
Well, we'll see later. We'll prevent that from happening. We're the heroes, right?
I
We're
do
the
have a
big
shield.
heroes. Yes. See?
Actually, I have your shield right now. I'm currently tinkering it.
I think Cutemon's next to you, Kagayaki, and he's like,
It's
so
why.
So when you're done with that, you're gonna give it to me, right?
Nope.
Come on, I gotta get revenge. I need to hit him on the head a couple of times. You understand?
If you hit him on the head, I will punch you.
Gosh, you guys are no fun at all.
We aren't.
Cuteman is just gonna leave.
Unlike you, he was actually useful.
So, you also get to pick a second option, which is either shifting one label up and one label down of your own choice, or cancelling their influence over you.
Could shift, yeah, a label up. And a label down. What would be good? Plus savior or kind, since I'm trying to prove that he's a good boy. So one or the other.
Sure.
And savior probably, and remove reckless, since I'm here to diffuse the situation. So put down the reckless and move up the savior. That's what I'll do.
Cool.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Up. And
so basically, you say you're like proper making Pilomon feel like he's not a threat, he's a hero type thing.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Cool. So I think you kind of reassure the lower level Digimon that Pilomon definitely isn't a threat, and he's actually a very nice Digimon, and you can all be friends if you look past the rumors and the legends.
Yeah, you see?
And I think they sort of they're a little reassured because you're one of the chosen ones and you wouldn't lie to them or anything, right? So they start believing in you. Sorry, I'm just a little bit confused with your labels at the moment. You have +2, -2. Okay, sorry, that makes sense. Yeah, sorry. I've miscounted how many points you had in your labels.
Okay.
But yeah, so you resolve that, and the rookies start being friendly towards Pilomon. So you want to... I'm assuming the reason that you wanted to know the location of where he got kidnapped is because you wanted to find Mummymon. Is that right?
Yeah, we want to find Mummymon, or at least Taisto wants to find Mummymon and put an end to the threat that he poses.
Right. Does everybody else want to do that though, or is that just Taisto?
Well,
Taisto's like,
it's
I'm gonna run in and fight an ultimate mummy.
I mean,
he's our
Zach
only lead.
wanted to at least investigate what's going on because it
yeah.
doesn't make a ton of sense for a supposed antivirus to be fighting chosen ones.
It's like we have a choice. We're stuck.
Yeah,
here.
but I'm just he wants to investigate and see like what happened down there. Snaimon literally doesn't have eyes. He can only explain so much to us.
Okay. So, are you actually going to let Schneimon go, or are you going to leave him tied up?
We can let him go. He seems fine now.
So, you break the shackles around his arms, and he stands up, and then he tries to unfurl his wings, and then he screeches in agony as... You hear
Right.
You
Digimon.
hear a very big crunch as one of his wings bends in the wrong direction.
Oh, hold on, don't do that. Cutemon, let's heal him, right?
Fuck.
I think Cutemon just looks over at you and is just like, let me guess. You're
I'm
gonna
not
hit me with
threatening
the
you with-
shield again.
No, but Snaimon will twin sickle you if you don't, so I'm not threatening you, but I have a sneaking suspicion he is.
I was gonna do it anyway. You don't have to force me.
I wasn't. I was explicitly not.
God, I hate all these feelings and gushy stuff. Hold still for a second. He puts his hand on Schneimon's wings and brushes them once, and they're just fixed.
Damn, that's OP.
And he does the same to the sickles on the hand, and the cracks start to mend. They're not fully back together yet, but they'd heal in time.
That whole thing may have been my fault.
I'm sorry about the injuries, but we had to stop you from hurting the villagers.
It's understandable. Now, let me show you where they were. And he steps outside and beats his wings a couple of times before they start picking up pace. And he lifts himself off the ground and says, "It's in this direction." And he points his sickle towards the jungle.
Also, you're probably gonna want to heal his sickles because those
he
are
did.
also broken.
He did.
He did.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So he points towards where Kawagamon's nest was, and it's about 2 miles beyond those trees. And he I don't know if I think he grabs Kagayaki, flies him up really high into the air, and points over to where there's smoke coming up out of the jungle.
Kagayaki's playing a lot today.
I try to enhance with my visor to see how much I can see.
So you see some trees that are they've been on fire recently, and they're sort of smoking and smoldering. You see destroyed huts. You see you don't see much else aside from that. But that's apparently where he was kidnapped, quote unquote.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a battle.
He lands on the ground and puts you down and says, "I need to get back to Gyramon. He's probably worried about me. Will you be okay without me?"
I hope
I'm pretty sure we will be. I mean, we're the chosen ones or whatever. Yeah, no, I just heard myself out loud, and I do not have faith in myself anymore.
Well, I have faith in you.
Well,
should.
I know when to run.
Don't worry, Zachary. We will keep you safe. Even if you don't
I
have
have the
faith in
shield.
yourself. True. But even
If
if you don't
anything, I
have
should be
faith in
keeping you
yourself,
guys safe.
So with that,
Turns
you...
out the shield was the final boss.
Shield was the final boss.
Chiaramon.
By the
No.
way, Sonia, just so you're aware, you should probably mark 2 ticks on your balance track because you protected innocence and you've talked openly about the darkness this session.
Oh yeah, so 2 up. Wow. Soon I'll have a new move.
Yeah, so I think with that, Snowbone beats his wings, flies up into the air, and zips off in the opposite direction. And you begin your venture off into the jungle, I assume.
Yeah.
So I think we'll call the session to a close there because we're coming up on 10 o'clock, and I know that you guys like to finish around now. So we'll do end of session moves. So at the end of a session, I ask each of you to pick one of the following things. If you go to peripheral moves, there's an end of session section, which I've highlighted for you. Each of you needs to pick one of these. So it's either I have grown closer to the others, explain who made you feel welcome, you give influence to that character, and you clear a condition or mark potential. The second option is you've grown into your own image of yourself. You explain how you see yourself and why, and you shift one label up and another down to symbolize that growth. And the last is you've grown away from the others. You explain why you feel detached from them, and you take influence away from you over somebody else. Away from somebody else. Sorry. So each of you needs to pick one. We'll start with Taisto.
all right. I think Daisto, even after the having some social, I think Daisto has actually grown closer to the others. I remember that he got saved by
That's me.
Gazimon, but Pablo, but Gazimon did save him. So
Yeah.
I think that's. I think that, yeah. I'm gonna. Conditions are so fun, so I'm gonna mark potential.
Cool. So that puts you to 2, right, or 3?
Yay! Yeah, 2.
Cool. Next up, Pablo.
I was gonna say the same thing. I've grown closer to the others after, say that, but
Who made you feel most welcome in the team?
probably. Well, I'm not sure if it made me feel welcome since I was the one to save him, but I guess mine.
So it's
I'll say
Taisto again then.
Yeah, I'd say.
Okay, cool. So are you marking a condition, or clearing a condition, or marking potential?
Doesn't have any conditions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So just mark a potential down on your character sheet. Kagayaki?
I am going to be shifting my labels.
Okay, so you've grown into your own image of yourself. How do you see yourself and why now?
Well, he did do a pretty good job at saving people today, so I'm going to shift Savior up.
Okay.
And okay, have to. It's so awkward. I don't know how to do this properly.
I'll do it for you, man. You don't need to do that.
It's fun.
I find the best way to shift labels is to click on the color box that you want to move. Hit the format painter button, click the one you want to move it up to. So say if you're moving your reckless up, you'd do this.
Oh.
And then you'd click the format painter button on one that isn't highlighted and move it onto the 0 to change it off. So you've shifted it up. And then just shifting it back down is just as easy.
I see.
Oops.
I'm still not sure how the hell to use this thing, but I'm probably going to shift the reckless down.
Okay. Yeah, because you you were basically preventing Taisto or Session from being reckless.
You did right.
Yeah, I was basically running after people who were trying to kill things.
Yeah.
To be fair,
I-
Zachary
I-
didn't
to
try to
be-
kill things.
To be fair, I don't think Taisto was that Taisto was trying to kill things either. It's your own narrative where he's just trying to kill things. He's saving people.
I mean,
Sniper.
But
you just saw a thing that was dangerous and said, I'll pull that out.
See, I think it's more he thinks he's saving people by taking down the big bads, but he's actually not protecting people. He's just attacking what's attacking them, if that makes sense.
It worked in the case of Snymon.
It did work in the case of Snymon.
It did
Yes.
this time. But Ghostmon got hurt, and several buildings got destroyed.
That's fine.
I distinctly remember that it was actually the Kagayaki's action that caused Snymon to react in a way that destroyed buildings.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Kagayaki, you probably were reckless.
I was reckless one time, but it was more to save Zachary, specifically.
Okay.
The rest of it was pretty calculated.
And Zachary, what about you?
I think that I have grown into my own image of myself. Now that Zachary has this shield, he realizes I now have a real way to help people. Like, before I was just there. Now, if they're in danger, I can guard them. I can keep them safe from danger.
So this whole character's development revolves around a shield. That's what you're saying.
So are you wanting to shift Savior up, or are you wanting to shift Reckless up?
I'm shifting Savior up and Superior down.
Okay.
Wait, which one up? Sorry, then.
Savior up and Superior down.
Got it.
Which puts me in a precarious situation in case I'm ever made to feel less superior.
Yeah, because you're at -2 now, won't you be?
Yeah.
Do you want me to shift those for you, or are you happy doing it?
I can do it.
Cool. And Sonia?
Well, I'm not sure. Like, I've been grown closer to the villagers, but now probably doesn't done much. So, there's been a lot of talk about the chosen ones and unreal heroes and how this specific legend regarding to Pilomon specifically. So, I probably changed the view of myself and Pilomon with that, but I'm not sure what I'd change actually. Because I'm not sure if it would be a positive change in view, because I did manage to calm everything down at the end. So it'd probably be more kind, since I never really hurt anyone in this session.
Maybe
And
plus kind minus superior?
yeah, let's say that. Okay, minus superior, that seems good. Pen format, that thing, and that thing. Oh yeah.
Cool.
Whoops.
Oh gosh. Sorry, just look at your labels now.
It's fine,
yeah,
it's fine.
You got this. You got this. Yeah.
Yep.
So sorry. That's the first episode complete.
All right.
There was a shield.
There was a
Hey.
shield.
We got.
There was also a lot of destruction.
Digimon Racer, Wagamon.
Yeah, I mean, like, if your babies were under attack, wouldn't you go a bit ballistic?
Yeah. That's why I immediately changed gears to trying to save Kawagamon's babies.
Exactly. Yeah.
Also because I knew deep in my soul that it would give me a shield.
there was some part of destiny calling to you
Yes.
to get that shield from Kawagamon. Cool. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the first episodes of Digimon Nameless. For now, we'll come up with a name later.
Digimon Nameless, what a great name.
That's actually a pretty solid name.
Yeah.
There is a
Let's
shield.
just call it Digimon Shield from now on.
No, no,
No.
Everyone, take a shield.
Come on.
It could be like Digimon Legend or something, but yeah, we'll come up with something later. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the first episode. We'll pick up next episode. So like if there's like a fun exercise that we can do in these systems called next time on whatever the show's called. So next time on Digimon, what are we hoping to do in the next episode? Is it more? Are we wanting to like explore the area that Schneimon got kidnapped?
I think so.
Are we wanting to track down Lilymon fully? Are we more wanting to
Next time
fulfill
on
something
Digimon
else?
Nameless, the children learn more about their partners.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Wow, very generic. I love it.
Yeah, that's.
Thank you. I don't want to be too restrictive, but
We probably go and investigate the area that was brought to us by Sinaiamon, and events occur.
Yes. Shit goes down.
see how the children fare against events that are going to happen.
Maybe they're good, maybe they're bad. There's no evidence to suggest either way.
Next time on Digimon, Cutemon is going to slap a bitch.
Yeah, it's just like a bunch of like cutscenes of next time on Digimon, and then the last scene is just Cutemon smacking Zachary with the shield.
Also, me and Pablo are the closest to getting our first advancement, which is pretty fun.
I
And I
didn't
think-
get a single point of potential the entire session, by the way.
That means you
Also,
didn't ever
I'm-
roll a failure, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, it just all went smoothly.
Also, I'm 100% taking Holy Power when I get my advancement, because it gives me the ability to use shielding.
Yes, so your shield will become a literal mechanic after that.
Yes.
It was foretold.
Foretold. What other potentials do we have? We've got 2 on Taisto, 3 on Pablo. Nothing on
0 on
Kagayaki.
Kagayaki, 3 on Zachary, and I think 0 on
We got
Sonia.
1 on Sonia.
Just
One
one,
on Sonia.
near the end, yeah.
Kagayaki is going to fall off because he just keeps succeeding until he doesn't.
I mean, you got to think if you fall off, you're going to fail more, which will make you boost back up. So yeah, maybe we'll see a level up for the first time next episode. Who knows? That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for a great first session, guys.
Alright, thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks
It
for
was
having me.
nice.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. See you guys next week.
Yeah. See you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Yep.
And to anyone still on the stream, thanks for watching. This has been Digimon Nameless, the tabletop role-playing game based off of Masks, the next generation, a role-playing game that is powered by the apocalypse. I've been updating it to be Digimon worthy. I hope you all enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and if you want to support the stream, there is a link in the comment section where you can donate. Thanks for watching, and speak to you later. Bye.